Look at that. I had a mayor from the beginning, stinker and hooked. Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for a different type of show. I called it the fan calling show, but I'm here going to have a debate with Temadayo because you lot would have seen it in the chat where I'll be going back and forth with someone in the chat. And I've been doing this for as long as I've been content creating. But then what I've been doing recently to people is say, you know what? Let's have the debate. Let's have the conversation and let's have the debate actually on air. And for the first time, salute to Temadayo. He was like, yeah, sure, let's run it. Because there's been 3 or 4 people before him that I've said this to, and I've got crickets back. So I am going to come up with a name for this so it isn't a regular fan calling show as normal. And as you can see from the title, Manchester United's attacking options are terrible. It's because that's what the discussion was from. Because we were talking about it in the Man United podcast in regards to who should be playing up front. Should it be Xerxes? Should it be Rashford? Should it be Højlund? Should it be someone else? Etc. Etc. But before I bring in Temadayo, run up the likes, you lot. Make sure you run up the likes. Make sure you hit that share button across all the socials as well. And on top of those 2 things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. So let's get to it. Let me bring in Temadayo. You know what I'm saying? Man, like Tech Temi in the cut. Yes, G, what are you telling me? You good?
Big up, bro. Yeah, all good.
Blessings,
Glad
man,
to finally be on.
Yeah, man, absolutely,
sorry,
man. Where are you actually calling in from?
Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, you're in South. Okay, you in the motherland. Yeah. Love that. So yeah, for those again, I'll stay again. Me and Tema. Well, we was talking on the Man United podcast. Me, the rest of the gang earlier about Manchester United's attack, and then Temadayo was in the comments, like I've stated, in regards to talking about our attack. So we'll kick it off from there because you were persistent in the chat. I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I'll give you ample time to explain. Persistent about it should be Xerxes playing up top and not Rashford. So, floor's yours, man. I'm not going to even interrupt. Floor's yours.
Yeah, bro. I mean, where do I start? I think the first thing we can agree on is we obviously, it's been the theme this season, right? We just haven't really done it up front. It's been a major problem. We've all seen difficulty with goals. And Ten Hag pretty much he got slaughtered for it, right? Absolutely. So in comes Amorim, with this pedigree, and we all getting excited and everything. I was really expecting something different, and I've got to say I was really, 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 really disappointed with the first lineup. I just don't get it. It's 2024. We've all seen what's been happening in the previous seasons. I just don't get how Rashford is still in this lineup. I don't get it. And Garnacho as well. The balance is just all wrong. I just don't see. I look at the team, and it's not rocket science why we struggle. First of all, Bruno on the right. He's the least mobile player, in terms of agility and stuff. So I just don't know what we expected from that. What was he gonna do? He can't. He doesn't have the pace to get past anyone and go wide. He can't really come inside. Or he can combine a bit, but I just prefer him off the left. If you're gonna put him in the system, I prefer him off the left. And then there's Garnacho. What can I even say about him? So I just felt like
Garnacho was awful, man. Sorry, go on, carry on as you were. Carry on.
Yeah, but my biggest issue though was with this lack of respect for Ahmed. I just don't get it. I think we can all agree that he's our best attacker. Well, for me personally,
I agree.
Best attacker.
I'm not that I agree with.
Anyway, across the front line. So I just don't get how this manager comes in the first game and makes such a fundamental error. His first game, he should have used that to show Ahmed that look, you're the main man. I'm building this frontline project around you, you're my main guy. That's what I was expecting because it's pretty obvious he's our best attacker. And then I just don't get why he's been disrespected again.
I don't think it's a disrespect, because if he felt disrespected, I don't think he does the role that he does the role he's supposed to do. But let me ask you, because you don't. I'm just guessing. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't rate most of our attack, correct?
Okay.
Okay, so what? Give me the exact. So give me the team you would have liked to have seen. What team would have made you happy? Literally from the goalkeeper, 3 centre backs, all the way up
from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
All right. In goal, I would have of course, Onana.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I'll start with the left.
Cool.
I probably
Left
would have
centre back.
gotten, actually would have, okay, left centre back.
Yeah, left
Oh,
centre
yeah,
back.
I mean, there's injuries and stuff, so Johnny Evans, it's okay.
Okay.
There's injuries and all that. The left in the middle, centre back, and then right centre back. Yeah, I probably would have gone with Maz as well.
Okay.
I think that's
And then
okay.
who would your two wing backs been? The right wing back and the left wing back.
Definitely Anthony and Dalo for me.
So you would have went Anthony and Dallo. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what would your midfield have been?
I would have gone. Well, I mean, there's injuries, so it's okay. I would have gone Ericsson and Cassett. That's pretty much okay. I think Ugarte had the whole flight thing.
Yeah, because he flew back from South America. So
Yeah.
he was playing there. So you would have went Casemiro and Ericsson, and then who would your 2 10s and striker had been?
Definitely Ahmed on the right. And then on the left, I would have gone with Bruno.
Yeah.
And then down the middle, Zex.
So you just literally between yours and his, there's 2 changes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on the inside. I mean, I know the.
No. I'm saying no. I'm saying from the lineup you wanted to see and the lineup he picked, it was 2 changes. That's what I mean.
Yeah, 2 changes.
So how we quarreling about 2 changes? Are they big changes? Okay, all right. So let me say, okay, do you think we keep the ball and progress the ball on the right hand side with Anthony as well as we did with Diallo, in particular the second half?
Well, I mean, before I answer that, I mean, what's even the point of trying to progress it? Well, I mean, there's one pretty much like how many guys that can do it. We can't do it as a team. You can't do it like together.
We did it as a team but it's about attempting to do it. The execution, I agree with you, was off, but it's about the application. So you're telling me we're not supposed to even try and do it? Is that not the manager's job? Because if you know what the crazy part is, if we would have just came in and he would have kicked the ball long, what would me and you be sat here saying? We kicked the ball long. So he's put in a game plan in place and we've applied it. Do you disagree with that? That we weren't trying to play out and progress the ball?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't disagree.
Did it work? That was that you seen what I seen. I'm just making sure we're on the same wavelength. You may disagree that we attempted to play the ball out from the back. This is why we had 70% possession in the second half. So we kept the ball
in the second half. Yeah, much more in the second half. And the first half was a bit dodge.
Yeah. So back to my question: do you think we do it that well in the second half if Anthony's there and not Diallo?
I think I don't think there would be a big difference actually. To be honest,
do you think we do it as well?
Maybe not 100%, but I mean that's just one part of the whole team balance. I mean, there's still so many other aspects.
So, and with Diallo there, we struggle to get the ball forward. With Diallo there, we struggle to get the ball into the final third and create at moments. So if it lessens and it's let's say it's a little less, let's say it's a level lower or 2 levels below, who's getting the ball into Diallo?
Well, I think definitely Anthony can do that, especially if he's on the left. That's another.
So you would have played Anthony left wing back and Dalot right wing back, not the other way.
Oh, I don't think it would make a huge difference. It's just 2 different ways to do things.
It is because
but since you're talking about progressing, I think it would have been easier with same foot side. You get what I mean? Like
so it would have been Anthony. It wouldn't have been Anthony progressing the ball. It would have been. We're talking about Dalot because you don't rate Bruno as you said. So wait, you playing Anthony left wing back or right wing back?
Well, I mean, look, if you wanna narrow in on progressing, then yeah.
No, I'm asking you what you would have your lineup. I'm asking you what you would have preferred. Would you have preferred Dalot right wing back and Anthony left wing back, or Anthony right wing back and Dalot left wing back? Because this matters. Because you're saying Diallo should have played in the 10. Diallo's our best 10. I hear that. No doubt about it. What I'm saying is the reason why he picked that team is because it's best suited. That's why. Because you're talking about him playing in the 10, he don't progress. Who's progressing the ball? If it's on the low side, we've seen what Dalot's like. That's not Dalot's game. We watched Dalot struggle. Do you think Dalot played well?
I didn't think he played well. No.
That's my point. So that's breaking down. So who are you playing? So back to the question: who are you playing?
I'll go Anthony.
Okay,
I'd actually go Anthony left wing back. Yeah.
Cool. And now we're
on the right.
So we're saying, so let's say Anthony's there. So we both agree that Anthony is not he's not Diallo in terms of on the ball. He's not progressing it as well as him. He doesn't keep the ball as well as him. Keeps the ball decently well. He's technically, but he's not
think
Diallo.
there's a big difference, honestly.
You don't think there's a major
Honestly,
difference
I
between
really don't
Diallo
think.
and Anthony?
I
Okay,
don't
so
think
let's
there's a
say
major
Anthony.
difference.
Let's say Anthony plays well and we get the ball into Diallo. Bruno, you don't rate, and we know Xerxes don't score like that. So I think there's no outlet there. Teams are squeezing us.
Well, I mean, it depends how the approach you take. I mean, we were going, especially in the first half, there was a lot of like long balls and stuff. We were a bit direct, which I
Yeah, there's a reason for that because we had someone. Even though he's bad, we had someone who can run in Rashford, and Rashford's awful. I'm not here campaigning for Rashford. I'm here talking about my main point is profiles. You can't have free. I don't want to call Diallo a non-runner because he can spin in behind, but you can't have free ball to feet players. That doesn't work.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it can. I actually think it can.
When is it? Right. But okay, it's in reinventing the wheel. Name a top team that does that successfully. Any formation where their front three are all ball to feet. Not even right now. Not even right now. Let's go the last 5 years.
I think we've seen City do it. I think we've seen City do it quite a lot, actually. I mean, there's been
Haaland's
times
not ball to. Haaland was spinning behind.
Or the seasons before, especially before Haaland. I mean, there's seasons where we've had like Bernardo in the false nine, and then you'd have like Foden on one side, and maybe like a Mahrez on the other side, for example. We've seen that kind of balance from City.
Again, here the players you mentioned. Name the players again. The City players. Name it. Yeah. And who were the other two?
Mahrez and Bernardo.
So Bernardo. So we're saying Riyad Mahrez. So reinventing the wheel because there's exceptions to all rules in football. Riyad Mahrez, who would you agree with me, is probably one of the best right wingers we've ever seen in the Premier League. Agreed. In recent times, let's say in the past 10 years, Mahrez is one of the best right wingers. Bernardo Silva in his pomp in the last 10 years is one of the best central midfielders we've seen. You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Philip Foden.
But I mean, like you said, in your own words, doesn't mean we can't try it, right? I mean, maybe it's not the same quality of players, but doesn't mean we can't.
So we're taking the one exception, which is City. Yeah, that is true. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it makes no sense to reinvent the wheel to do something that only Pepper's done. Name someone else that's done it. They're the only exception. Name someone else that has all to beat ball to feet players that has had success. I don't even have to be in the last 5 years. We can go the last 10 years. We'll go 24.
Spain national team for how many years did that? They won the World Cup.
International football is different. Don't do that. Because pragmatism wins over everything, and you don't want to counterattack. You don't because pragmatism wins and over that. Apart from when you look at World Cups and Euros, all the winners since Brazil 2002, when you look at all the winners of all them competitions, they've all been pragmatic. You don't want us to play that football, remember? You don't want us to play counter-attacking football. That was one of the last comments you said. Why are you man happy with counter-attacking football or pragmatism? They're all pragmatic. Am I lying? Italy won it pragmatic. Argentina won it pragmatic. Germany won it pragmatic.
I don't think Spain did, though.
Even the Spain team to an extent. Even the Spain team, again, who are the players that are there? But the point I'm making is international football is different. I'm talking club football. We know it's different. So club football. Name the teams that have been successful at the highest level in the last 10 years with all ball to feet players.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, it's cool. No stress. While we do that, run up the likes and people. This is long form. I need to actually change the name of this. I'm going to. So apologies to man them in the back. I'll get to you when I can. But me and Temadai would set this up beforehand. Well, yeah, go on, carry on, Temi. You trying to reinvent the wheel?
I think the Invincible team wasn't far away from that.
Who?
The Invincible team wasn't far away from that.
Arsenal's Invincible team?
Yeah, they weren't far away from that. Pires. There's Pires, and then there was...
Who was on the right-hand side?
Pires.
No, Pires played from the left.
No, wait.
Who played from the right?
Was it Nuremberg?
Yes. And what was Ljungberg known for? Yeah. And what was Ljungberg's signature? What was Ljungberg's signature?
He was too.
What was it? He was techie. I'm not disputing that. What was he known for? Don't see what is to anyone in the chat who watched the Invincibles, because there might know some people that have not. What was Freddie Ljungberg's? What was his signature? What was his signature?
What was it?
What was his signature? You mentioned him, so you should know. I don't know your age,
Well,
but
I
are you
remember him
90s?
as
Are you
I
90s or
remember.
two? Are you 90s
Yeah,
baby?
90s.
You're
Yeah,
90s baby. Okay,
yeah,
so you
90s.
know then because you're around my age. You a 90s baby too. So I'd say that
I
Freddie
remember
Ljungberg,
him
yes,
as. I remember
he
him.
was technical and he could get on the ball, yes, but he was not a
Yeah.
ball to feet player. He could run in behind. He
Are
was
you
his
sure?
signature run
Well,
was
he
playing
could.
from the right
He
and
could.
bend.
He could. Yeah. He could.
We don't
Yeah.
have none
He could.
of
Yeah.
those
But I
players in
mean,
the free do that. You've mentioned
you saying
Xerxes,
Ahmad can't
Bruno,
do that?
and Diallo. Say that again.
You think Ahmad can't do that?
Who's finding him? I
Especially
think Ahmad can. I think
with a bit of
Ahmad can do
coaching
it.
as well.
Who's finding him? I think Ahmad can. He's the one that I hear that. Who's finding him?
Bruno can find him. Ericsson can find him.
You just told me Bruno
Even Cass
before is
has that
terrible.
in
You
his
just said you
pocket.
don't want to see Bruno in the 10. You said Bruno's terrible and shouldn't be
No, I
playing.
didn't say. Or with the if we have a full team, yeah. But I mean, there's the Ipswich game, and then
But
there's
no. You said the lineup you wanted to see was Bruno, Xerxes, Diallo. So that's what we're going with.
Yeah,
We're talking solely,
exactly.
but I'm
Bruno
not
can
talking
find
about beyond the game. I'm talking about it. So Invincibles is incorrect because Ljungberg ran in behind. Who was that front two? Let me know in the chat.
I don't think so.
Freddie Ljungberg, literally his signature run was him making a bending run. It was known for it.
I think it was.
It
was in his locker, but I wouldn't say that completely.
That was his It's literally his signature. He was technically like you could get on the ball and play. I'm not saying he was a scrub. I'm not saying don't get misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
Technical baller, quality, could drop in and link up. What I'm saying is it was his signature run. He scored that goal religiously. Who was your front two? Let me know, Duncy. Invincibles. Who was your front two? If anyone knows, I can't remember their front two. It was Henry and who? Was it Bergkamp? Or Bergkamp gone by then? All right, Corey's behind. He's saying is, and they also had a guy called Thierry Henry who could run in behind too. Or am I mistaken in that?
Could, but he barely did. I think. I don't know.
He barely did because he didn't have to. But did Arsenal not score counter-attacking goals?
Yeah, they did. They did at times.
Okay, and they scored goals from Henry. No, they combined, but it was an option. So you don't think? So you telling me? I'll ask you this question: do you think Henry's ability to run in behind created more space for Bergkamp?
I think theoretically, but I don't think that's how it played out.
So you don't think?
I honestly can't remember Henry ever running.
So you don't think Henry's
probably an insult to him actually.
He is definitely. So what you're telling me is you don't think Henry's pace was on the agenda for the opposition. You think opposition went to Highbury and didn't think about Henry's pace. This is what you're telling me.
I don't think they thought about his pace without the ball. I think they thought about his pace.
They didn't think about his pace
with the ball at his feet, running at them.
So you didn't think that if they played a higher line that they had Henry who could run in behind? You know, there's a famous clip of him playing at the Bernabeu.
Theoretically, because he's quick. But I mean, I just don't think it's something you got. I'm guessing
you got Arsenal fans who are brethren, right? Friends who are Arsenal fans, I'm guessing.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, ask them about that. But to the point I'm making, because Duncy is in the chat, and he's around our age as well, is like in regards to you had Ljungberg and Henry who were outlets. Now that Invincible team got on the ball and dominated. Of course,
I don't think it's fair to say that. Because theoretically, they were quick, but I mean that's not how they played though. I don't think
because they didn't have to. But I'm saying it. No. What I'm saying is it was an option. They had it there. Wenger didn't play that way. That wasn't the Wenger style.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is though, it was an option. If you take Henry out of that team,
theoretically, yeah.
No, it's not theoretically. It did because they scored counter-attacking goals.
Yeah,
they scored counter-attacking goals.
Yeah, I guess so.
You telling me Henry never used his pace to score goals in that season? Did Ljungberg not use his pace and running in behind to score goals that season? Am I lying? Tell me if I'm lying or not. Ljungberg just didn't score. He didn't run in behind because Ljungberg wasn't a pick up a player and leng it from 25 yards out. That wasn't really his game. So how did he get goals?
I think it happened, but I think it forms a small.
No, it didn't happen often.
Of their goals, I think most of it. I'd probably say like 80% or more came from combinations.
Cool.
Moving up the pitch as a team.
Yeah. So 20% of their goals came from running in behind. You think that's fair? Yeah.
You still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yo. Can you hear me?
Is that my Wi-Fi?
Let us know in the chat. Is it me or is it tech? You lot let me know. Please. Well, let me know. Yo. He froze on his end. He'll be back. He froze on his end. Like I said, I need to change the name of this to I need to come up with a name for this stuff. Call it Talk Your Ish, Let's Debate. That's what I'm going to run it with. So it's not a regular fan calling show, people. I'm just waiting for Tammy to come back. Yeah, no stress, man. No stress. No stress. Let's have the discussion. Talking like Youngberg, and there we go. He's back. Yo, you good?
Sorry, man. Sorry. Yeah.
There we go. So we're saying, so you've used the Invincibles, even though Henri, we know, could spin him behind. Youngberg also running behind.
Yeah,
City, I'll give you. City, I'll give you. But we've already established they had.
Barcelona.
Did we get to that?
David
Which Barcelona
Villa,
side?
Messi. The David Villa.
And who else was it?
Pedro. Yeah, Pedro was probably a bit of a runner, but I mean.
Yes. So there you go. And they kind of had this guy. They kind of had this guy on the right hand side, who was called Lionel Messi, who might be the greatest player ever to play the game.
But I mean, you're forgetting Ahmad can kind of be classified as a bit of a runner. Bruno.
No, he can be.
You've seen Bruno score goals.
You just told me Bruno can't run. You just said Bruno can't run. He's got no agility. I
said he couldn't run.
You said he's got no agility.
No, I said on the ball. I mean, like turning.
So off the ball. So all right. So okay. So
on the ball,
if the
remember the Leeds game that other season.
Do you trust Bruno to score you think Bruno's quick enough to score a counter-attacking goal? Can he go from a box to a box to score a counter-attacking goal?
I wouldn't say quick, and maybe not because of his pace good, but intelligence, like just making. I think he can make a good run at the right time. And just
at the right time.
Like, remember the Leeds game, the opener that other season was the 2021, the 5-1. Yeah, he had I think he had a couple getting into good positions.
My point is he can't transit. Bruno's not a transition player. Bruno's not spin. He hasn't got a goal like that in his career. Running off. He's played the pass, but he can't run.
He has. Remember Leeds?
What goals he got in transition? What goal is this? What was the score?
Forgot, bro. Leeds. Leeds 5-1. It was the first game of the season, I think. 2021.
Okay, cool. But Bruno's not a runner. All right, cool. What was the game, sorry?
But he can be. I mean, look at the positions he's been playing in.
But you don't rate him, as you've said.
I don't rate him as a creative, or not a creative. It's not that I don't rate him. It's just
you said he's got no agility. So do you rate Bruno then? Do you think he's a good player?
I think he's got some good qualities.
Do you think he's a good player?
Which we haven't found.
Do you think he's a good player?
Depends what you mean by good player, bro.
What do you mean? What do I mean by a good player? Is he a good player? Yes or no? Is he a good? Why is that so difficult? Wait, watch this. Yo, Corey, my G. What we saying, man? Do you think Odegaard's a good player?
Baller, of course.
Okay, all right. Blessing. Sorry, I just got to finish this up, but big up. Sorry, thank you. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going mad. See, that's really simple. So you don't rate him because if you thought he was a good player, do you think Lionel Messi's a good player or was a good player?
Yeah, but that's unfair because he's good at everything.
No, I'm just pointing him out. Okay. Do you think Diallo's a good player?
Well, I'll say yes because I have a bias. I like players like that.
Cool. All right. Who do you think the best player is in the Premier League right now?
Right now, in terms of what though, like
ability, straight. You can start a team from. We gotta break this down, then so we'll break it down. You can start a team from scratch to win the Premier League, and you get first pick like it's an NBA draft. Which player are you taking?
First pick.
Who's the first pick? You get the pick of anyone. You're starting a team from scratch to go win the Premier League. You get first pick. Who you taking?
Okay, give me a second. Give me like 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, 10 seconds. Take your time. Take your time.
I'll be honest, I'll probably go with Odegaard.
Okay, so do you think Odegaard's a good player?
Yeah, of course.
Right, so you don't rate Bruno then? Because I just asked you about Odegaard. You just told me straight up Odegaard.
Yeah, but like I said, that's unfair because I like players like that. Yeah, but it's unfair because I like players like that. So I'm being a bit biased.
How is it unfair? You don't rate him or you don't. So you rate every. So you rate every single 10 that plays in that way. is what you're telling me.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. All I
Okay.
like every time plays in that. I
But
favor.
you don't think Bruno's a good player because you would have just said, yeah, he's a good player.
No, I think he's a good player. I just don't.
Do you think
I just
Garnacho's a
don't-
good player?
It's not my. It's just not my cup of tea. Hell,
Forget profile. I get that. I have different profiles. Do you think Garnacho's a good player?
hell no.
See how simple that is. Because you don't rate Garnacho. Same way I don't rate Garnacho.
Yeah, but that's
Why are
easy
we
because
doing
he's
this?
so bad. That's easy because he's
Some
so
people,
bad.
some people don't. Some people rate him though. Like the
Yeah,
whole
but there's
Xerxes
a
thing.
weird, like, there's a
Yeah, but it's like some
interesting
people rate Xerxes. Some people don't rate Xerxes. Like that's the whole point of having the conversation in regards to it. So back to my point, look at the teams you've mentioned.
Okay.
Invincibles. You've mentioned
Mhm.
Invincibles. The Barcelona one don't count because even you said Pedro can run in behind. So we had Invincibles, and you had Henri in there.
No,
He
I
was
had Spain. I had Spain.
So I get you.
And there's been Germany as well.
Stop
Germany.
international. We're talking club
Okay.
because you don't want to play a pragmatic
I think there's-
style. Germany played the pragmatic style. They didn't play expansive football. They didn't play expansive football.
Or maybe not. But
So let's stop looking at international because you said to me what in the in the Man United pod that you don't want to play counter attacking. So you don't want to play pragmatic. So we can't use international football. So club, who we got? We got Barcelona, not Barcelona, sorry. We got Arsenal, and in that front three because it was 4-4-2. So front four, I'd say you had arguably the greatest player ever to grace the game. Grace the game in the Premier League era. Henri's probably the best player. Let me ask you a question. Does Henri make your all-time Premier League 11?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're saying a player that me and you both have in our all-time Premier League 11 in one. City, you've got Mahrez and Bernardo Silva, who are two of the greatest in their position in the past 10 years. You see what we're talking about? See the exceptions to the rules. We're not dealing with players of that caliber. If we had Thierry Henry on our side, or we had a Mahrez or Bernardo Silva level player, I'd hear you. We don't have that. Bruno, you don't rate. How highly do you rate Xerxes?
But in your own words, bro, doesn't mean don't try the approach. I don't think that means don't try it.
Who was the approach works for?
Who
plays?
I'm sure there's a lot of teams.
There isn't no team. Name a team in the Premier League that plays that way, that has profiles, and they're all come to feet first. They're all ball to feet players. They don't exist. There's different ways. It's like in boxing, for instance. There's different ways to attack your opponent. Say that again.
Does that make it wrong? Does that make it wrong or impossible? Just because you can't name it.
No, it makes it very, very tough, and it makes it not sensible. That's like going into a boxing match.
I don't think so. I just think sometimes
you're trying to take away
trends.
No trends, but then there's trends and then there's fundamentals. Like football will always change.
I don't think it's a fundamental that you can't.
It's fundamentals. You have outlets because you can't name me no teams that are good without an outlet. Name the team.
It's only a fundamental if you're trying to break and make that final pass a bit early.
No, it's a fundamental regardless. You need an outlet because teams will, if you play players who are all ball to feet players, teams just push up and press you. And then you can't get out because you don't have the speed to get out. I'll ask you this again. Name the teams that have those players.
If you can keep the ball, and you're working on that on the training ground.
Cool. Do you trust our team to keep the ball? Do you trust our team to keep the ball?
Well, better than Ipswich, who should on paper.
Do you No. Do you trust our team to keep the ball overall? Because this is now beyond Ipswich. This is going forward. Do you trust our team to keep the ball? Do you trust these players? No, you don't. Do you?
Oh, there's two questions. There's a difference. Do I trust them? Do I trust them? And there's should I trust them?
No, you don't rate them. You don't rate them, no.
Because on paper,
you don't rate them.
No, I do, bro. On paper,
you rate our team. Where did you have us finish? Where do you think?
No, I didn't say I rate our team. I said on paper.
All right. So back to the original point. It's easy to defend against. Name a team that's successful without it. You trying to reinvent the wheel? You trying to go out there and box and not use a jab?
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Of course.
It's quite a fundamental. Okay, what's easier to defend against? A front line of three with that are all 2 feet, like Xerxes, Bruno, and Ahmad, or let's just say, for example, a front three with 2 feet, like Xerxes, Ahmad, and Garnacho. Which one's better? Do you think? Would you rather have the so-called balanced way of having an outlet, and that outlet is Garnacho, and then the other two are tech, or would you
I don't-
rather have all three tech?
I'd rather have all three tech, but what you're doing here is comparing
You
not
just
good enough to not
disproved
good enough.
everything you said like the past.
No, I've
20
not,
minutes.
I've not disproved everything I've
Yeah,
said. So let me
yeah,
land. Let me
'cause
land
you-
and I
'cause
respond.
you-
Let me
okay,
land and I
okay,
respond.
okay.
Let me land and I respond. They're
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
go,
You're
go.
there comparing not good enough to not good enough. Any front three with Garnacho is not good enough. Who's the front threes? When you say they're balanced, yes, run me balance because it's a system game. You're trying to run. It's an athlete's game, and you're trying to run it without athletes. It don't work. It don't work.
Yeah, but you just said you'd rather not have the athlete, so you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'd rather not have that in regards to Garnacho. Because it's
Yeah,
not
but
good
still,
enough versus not good
still,
enough. No,
that still
that's not what it
shows
was.
That still shows.
No,
that
it doesn't,
there's
because
holes in
I
your
play
game.
Rashford, because I play Rashford. So what are we talking about? So that dispels your myth. Now what?
Okay, well, what
Yeah.
did Amarim do? Did he not play Garnacho? So
No,
I
he
mean,
played Rashford as
isn't
that.
that a
Rashford
crime?
was the outlet. I don't class Garnacho as is Garnacho an outlet? I don't class him as an outlet because he can't
Okay,
run
do
in
you think
behind.
Amarim was? Do you think Amarim was in line or out of line to start Garnacho?
Who
Be
else was on the
honest.
bench? Let me check. I'm going to
Don't-
be honest. Of course. I'm always
Yeah.
honest. But back to the original point, I'm going
Because
to
I
pull
feel
up
like
the lineup
people
stuff.
are like
I'm
taking
gonna
it
ask.
easy on him because like he.
It's not taking it easy on him. It's
If
understanding
that
that
was Ten Hag who put out that same lineup, like
how long's Ten Hag? Okay.
amount of
How long's
cries.
Ten Hag? Okay. How long has Amarim been here? How many games has he managed?
I don't care how long he's been here.
No. It
Guy,
matters. You've just
it's a
said to me,
professional job.
no. You've just made a statement, which is incorrect. You said if Ten Hag put out that lineup, people would be mad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if I
Sure.
would be mad if Ten Hag put out the lineup. Am I mad if Amarim puts out that lineup? No. The reason the difference is one's been here. Well, let me land. One's been here. Let me land. What do you mean? Come on, let me land. One's been here for one game.
Okay.
One's been here for one game. One's been here for 2.5 seasons. So no, I am not treating them the same.
Yeah, but how long's he been in football? How long's Amarim been in football? You're telling me that Amarim. You're telling you make it seem like he just started coaching, like, or he's
no,
just
I'm not making it that. That's your interpretation of it, which is incorrect. That's your interpretation of it, which is incorrect.
He doesn't even need 20 minutes to see that Garnacho shouldn't be starting.
I don't think they get. Here the thing is, and I've said this, and you've heard me say this. I don't rate none of our tens like that. What we talking? I'm looking at the bench. You know who's on the bench? Admit what? Admit what? Admit what?
That he made a mistake.
They were all mistakes. They were all mistakes. What are we talking about? They was all mistakes. There was no, I've said this verbatim. I said it in my match reaction. I said it on the watch along. I say it now. There's no 11 he could have put out that I would have been happy with because there's not 11 of these players I rate. There's no lineup he could have put out that I like because there's not 11 of our players I rate. There's no trio.
There's a best.
I don't think there's a best. I think, and it's slight again.
That's impossible.
You love to do again. Again, you love to do this, and others like to do this. I don't do this in my life when I'm talking about football. I don't compare not good enough to not good enough. I leave that to people to fight over.
Yeah, but you can't.
People can convey this. Yeah, I can do that because I do it. No. Again, you can do that to me, and that's cool. I am not with that.
Do you know what you basically saying? You know what
that's you.
You know what you're basically saying.
Go on.
Okay, can I tell you what you're basically saying? You're basically saying if you were a Manchester United manager for Ipswich, you weren't gonna put a team out at all. That's basically what you said.
Say that again.
If you were a manager, what you're saying is basically
if I was manager.
If you were a United manager, you wouldn't have put a team out at all.
If I was United, I wouldn't wait. If I was United manager, I wouldn't put a team. I wouldn't assemble the team in the first place. I'm not signing
I'm
those
saying
players.
I'm saying for Ipswich, you basically wouldn't have put a team out. That's basically what you're saying.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because you're saying there's no best of the worst. Okay, you're saying that
I'm confused. Am I the Ipswich manager or am I the Manchester United manager? You've lost me.
Bro, you're the United manager.
Okay, now I'm giving you a chance to explain. I'm not saying you're wrong. I was just confused as to what you were saying. That's all it was.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, obviously, if I'm Manchester United manager, my thought process is different from being Manchester United supporter, fan. Like I just said there was no front three.
Okay. All right then. Yeah? All right. Let's do this then.
Go.
I'll ask you the same question. But put on a manager cap. Put on a Manchester United.
What's the question?
Cap. Okay. Fair.
What's the question?
Okay. Do you think Amarim put out the best team? Do you not think he made a mistake? in starting Garnacho. Like a massive error. Considering what we were all
I don't think I don't think he
we
made a
all see.
massive error, no. Because I think we
Okay,
just sat here saying the same
he
thing.
made an error at all? So you think he put out? Okay, let me ask you this: do you think he put out the best possible team? Do you think he put out the best possible team for
in the circumstances? Yeah. Who we putting on? Who do I rate that's on the bench? Maino's not fully fit. Let me clarify that. If Maino's fully fit, I'm playing Maino.
Come on, bro.
Come on, what? Come on, what? Come on, what?
If that was
who do you rate?
Hag,
who do you rate on the? Yes, because Ten Hag has been here 3 years. What are we talking about? I don't get why you don't understand this.
You're telling me that Amorim can't figure out like to start Garnacho or not?
Who do you rate on the bench?
Not even after 20 minutes. Just watching as a football fan. Like this. Just
who do you start instead? Who do you start instead?
It's obvious. It's obvious because there's an obvious best 11. Or there's an obvious best friend line. So Bruno Am. It's obvious.
Okay, cool. With no outlet, which balance-wise doesn't work.
Matter.
Of course it matters.
You just said that.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? Of course it matters.
You just said like 10 minutes ago that you'd rather have 3 2-feet players rather than have like Garnacho.
No. I didn't say that. You mentioned Garnacho. I said I'd rather have. No. I said that in regards to Garnacho because I didn't want to see him. What I would prefer is two ball to feet players and one outlet.
Well, then why didn't Amorim do that? Well, that means that that's basically the same as
I have no issue, and that's what I don't because
that's basically the same as saying you think Amorim should have done that.
Yeah, and I think he did that.
If you think
I don't know what Garnacho. You know what it is? Now we're having this discussion. Yeah, Garnacho is that. So he did do that. He did do that. Even though Garnacho's rubbish, he is ball to feet. He's a ball to feet player. So he played two ball to feet players, and he played the outlet. What do you mean? Come on,
what? Flawless. Really?
Come on, what? Really? What? So is Garnacho not a ball to feet player? Is he not a ball to feet player?
You can't even like call him anything. That's how bad he is.
Yeah, he is awful. I'm not disputing. Again, what you're talking about there is skill. I'm not talking about skill or ability. I'm talking about profiles. And profile-wise, I would have went with that.
Yeah, but profiles have to be functional. It can't just be like such as like.
Unfortunately, in an idea,
functionally, Garnacho doesn't function as ball to feet.
We don't have a front three that functions. Period.
Oh, I think we do.
What's the front three that functions? Period. What Xerxes, the one that we've never seen before and no one's had success.
Or for Ipswich. Oh, yeah, bro, but it definitely
with no outlet, and they just squeeze up. That's AO.
What's the point?
They just push up. Sorry, push up. I ain't gonna use squeeze up. AO. They just gonna push up.
I think,
like I said, tell me a team that's successful in the Premier League now with that. It's an athlete's game. You have to have athletes out there. It's an athlete's game. What are we talking about?
Bro,
so
I feel like
name a front.
Okay, following the trends.
So name a front three.
I feel like you're going for the trends.
Cool. Okay, I'm going for the trends. Name a front three or front four with no athletes in it. Don't worry, I'll wait.
That's the same as me saying that's the same as we.
So you can't name one then, basically.
Like
no, you can't name one.
It's the same as 10. It's no, wait. No, wait. I'm answering the question.
Okay, cool.
It's the same as 10 years ago. You and I having this conversation, and then me being like, "Oh yeah, name one team that has inverted fullbacks." It doesn't work. The same as that, bro. It wasn't happening at the time. Doesn't mean it's like impossible. It doesn't work.
Because inverted fullback, because that's a tactical thing. There are two separate issues you're combining.
Yeah, but three. No, it's not three front.
It's different.
A front line of 3 players all together. That's the same thing.
No, it's not because that's it. No, it's not because that's not. It's also tactical, but it's also personnel. Inverted fullbacks is not necessarily that. It's not necessarily that. Well, you don't have to be athletic. The point I'm making is it's not following trends. So I ask you the question again, like I've been asking you for 44 minutes. You can't.
Why do you have to have athletes in your front line?
Because it's an athlete's game.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Don't Real Madrid have 3 runners? And don't Real Madrid have 3 runners in their front line?
They have athletes in their front line.
No, they have 3 athletes.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. They have 3 athletes. Yeah, they do. What are you talking about? What's your point? They do. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well, they're winning games here and there.
Yeah,
yes, exactly. So if you can have 3 runners, why can't you have 3 ball players?
Because it's an athlete's game. It's all about athleticism.
Come on, bro.
Again,
That's
I'll
not
ask
true.
you the question. Okay, then. So if it's not true, name me the teams that have been successful in the past 10 years with no athletes in their forward line.
Barcelona, probably almost every La Liga
Which
team.
Barcelona? No. Which Barcelona? Which Barcelona? Pick the year.
Messi,
Okay.
Pedro Villa.
Pedro is an athlete. Pedro spins in behind. When I say athlete, let me just clarify this as well. No, when I say athlete, let me clarify because people just think of
I don't know about
Usain
that.
Bolt. No. When I say athlete, I should say physical attributes. So let me move that. Physical attributes. So acceleration, agility, balance, pace, sprint speed, all of those type of things. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Which Pedro does. Which Pedro does have those things. He's a direct, willing runner. He's a very, very good outlet. He helped that team.
That's not true, bro. That's not true.
He is a very good outlet.
I don't
So
think
Pedro's
that's true.
not a good
I don't think
outlet.
that's true.
Pedro's not a good outlet.
Theoretically, because he's got the physical attributes.
No,
but I
forget
don't think he wants
theoretically.
to.
No.
I don't think
We're
he
not doing the theoretically thing. Is Pedro a good outlet? Yes or no?
No. Because
Pedro's
he
not
doesn't
a good
want to
outlet.
do it.
All right. Okay. All right. Pedro's
'Cause he
not a good
doesn't want
outlet.
to
I've
do
heard
it.
it here. Okay. All right.
'Cause he
Pedro's
wants
not
it
a
to
good
be.
outlet. Pedro's not. That's
Bro,
not
if you
what I
ask
asked.
Pedro
That's
right
not us.
now,
No, it's
when
not
he
about
wants
what you like. No.
explain the feet.
It's not about what you like. It's about can he do it.
It is.
But you saying Pedro's not a good outlet. All right, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's
So,
not,
all right.
because he
So,
doesn't want to
okay.
do
So, I give you. So, to exclude that, I take Barcelona out of it, who had arguably the greatest player we've ever seen, and the greatest, arguably the greatest, basically, arguably the greatest side they ever had. So, take Barcelona out of it, even though I disagree. Name another team.
All right, I already mentioned the Invincibles.
Invincibles, they had
Probably
Henri.
every La Liga team.
Henri was Henri. Wait. Henri wasn't an athlete.
No, he wasn't, bro.
Henri was not an athlete. He wasn't athletic.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So he wasn't strong.
Not in the way.
No. Not in the way I'm talking. It's just not a way I'm talking. Athlete is an athlete. What we doing out here? Did Henri have good acceleration?
With the ball in his feet, yeah.
No, in general, did Henri have good acceleration with or without the ball? Did he have good acceleration?
You can't ask it like that.
Did Henri have good acceleration? Yes or no? Why can't man answer a yes or no question? So he had good acceleration, yes. Okay, yes. Was he quick? Did he have good sprint speed?
You mean with the ball or without the ball?
Both.
With the ball, yeah, and without the ball, yeah, but he didn't have the willingness to do it.
So he had sprint. So we got there in the end. So Henri had sprint speed. Was he strong?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so he was strong, he was quick, he had acceleration. Did he have good balance? Yeah. Did he have good agility? Did he have good agility?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
So he had acceleration.
No,
okay, so he had acceleration, he had sprint speed, he had good balance, and he was strong. You agree with those four things, yeah?
Yeah.
That sounds like you know what that is? That's an athlete.
Well, with the ball, yeah. There's an athlete with the ball and there's an athlete without the ball. Those are two different things.
Yeah, but the point I'm making with or without you need both is the point. Not that you need both. I'm talking about whether you have either one or not. He was an athlete. With or without the ball is neither here nor there.
You mean Thierry?
Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Was Henry not quick? So Henry wasn't an athlete without the ball. So he wasn't quick without the ball.
Not because he wasn't quick, but just because he
was Thierry. Tell me, was Thierry Henry quick without the ball? Yes or no?
I can't answer that question because he barely.
You know, people are watching right now. You know, so I'll ask you again and give you a chance to. Was Thierry Henry quick without the ball? Hey, chat before you go. Hey, chat. To anyone who watched it, chat. Let me know. To everyone in the chat, because some of you lot watched it. Was Thierry Henry fast and quick without the ball? Because Temi don't know. He wasn't. So no. he wasn't quick without the ball. Okay, go on.
Okay, let me give you an answer why. Because he didn't have the there's having the potential to do something, and then there's the willingness that tops it off. He didn't have the willingness to do it, so it's a no. I mean, if you don't have the willingness,
Henry wasn't quick. So we're admitting. So what you're saying, what you're admitting is Henry was quick. Wasn't without the ball. Henry was not quick. That's
No,
what
I'm
you're saying.
well, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Let me say it like this. Theoretically, he was, but he never really.
Forget
was.
theoretically. For to lose this
It's the
word
same
like
as
this
a
is
no,
Sarcasm
bro.
City TV. We don't do this here. We do answer yes or no questions. Same way I answer every question. You have direct. Stop dancing around it. So I'll ask you again. Was Thierry Henry quick without the football? Yes or no?
No.
So Henry was
For the
slow.
sake of my, for this,
Oh, for the
for the
sake of your
sake of
argument, because
my,
they don't fit your narrative.
of my
Okay, I hear you.
systematic
Okay.
of systems, in terms of systems, no, because
Okay.
if you put him in a
Forget
system,
systems.
he
Was
wasn't really gonna
Henri
do that.
quick? If they say, "Hey, Henri, run from
Bro,
a
but
halfway line,"
you can't.
oh
you
no,
can't
we can. No, we
yeah.
can. Of course, we can, because we answer yes or no questions, and this is why I do these shows, is to dispel these myths. You're here trying to tell me that one of the fastest players ever in the Premier League is not quick. What are we talking about here? You're the only person on planet Earth that thinks Thierry Henry is not fast, with or without the ball. What are we doing out here? All
It's
this
not
to prove a
It's
point.
not that I don't think he was.
You did say,
It's not that I
was
don't think he was.
Henry also? I'll ask you. So I'll ask you again. Was Thierry Henry fast? Yes or no? Without the ball, since you want to include that.
I'll have to say. With the ball, yeah. Without the ball, I have to say no, because
Without the ball. So you
no
think,
point in
okay,
me
so
saying
just to
yes.
clarify that.
There's no
So
point in
without,
saying
so
yes
with,
if in a system he's not doing it.
So no, it's not about system, because you're either fast or you're not. Is Adama Traore quick without the ball?
Okay. You know,
No. Answer the question first and foremost. No. And then I'll get to yours. Is Adama Traore fast without the ball?
Now this is where I'm.
No. Answer the question. No, it's not a system thing, man. It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. Oh, he's quick. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I don't need the I don't need the explanation about applying things. You're either quick or you're not. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, because you try to dance around it. You're not in the chat no more, so you can't dance around these questions. This is why I do these things. You're here trying to tell me that one of the quickest players ever in the Premier League, one of the quickest players with and without the ball, is not fast.
Okay,
only person
can I
on the
give you
planet
an
that
example of
thinks
what
that.
you're doing?
This is the this is crazy.
Can I put what you're doing into an example? Basically, what you're asking me is like me saying,
this is crazy.
Let's just say Flawless is a goalkeeper, and you're playing striker for the day or something, or okay, let's say this, like you're a good goalkeeper, you have like good goalkeeping attributes, but you're playing striker. That's like me asking someone, while you're playing striker, that's like me asking someone, is Flawless a good shot stopper? Theoretically, yes, he is, but he's playing striker now. So what's the point?
No, it's not. No, I don't get what you mean whatsoever. That's
because you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it in a system, bro.
But it's not about this. Is Henri. By the way, Henri ran past people. By the way, just to clarify, there's nobody else on planet Earth.
That's why I said with the ball.
Yeah, without the ball. You're the only person that thinks that. Get someone else that thinks that. What are we talking about here? There's no one else on planet Earth by you that thinks that. You are the only person on the planet that thinks Henri is slow without the ball. What are we talking about here? Man said Henri slow. You see, wait. People, this is why I do this. You see how people's thought process is. And because he's not in the chat, he can't dance around it no more. This is why I do this.
Let me answer.
What are we talking about here?
Answer properly.
Yo, crazy. Crazy.
Let me answer.
Oh, he's not fast. He said he's fast with the ball. He's not. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he is. He is fast with the ball, off the ball. He is fast without the ball. But
wait. Sorry, say that again. Say that again. Say that again. He's fast without the ball. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, but what's the point if he's not really?
That's all I was asking. It's not about point. It was just a mere question. He's either quick or he's not. No one's talking about systems. No one's talking about this, that. And bear in mind, Thierry Henry gets in yours and mine greatest all 11, Premier League 11, because he was that good. But you just tried to sit here and say for 15 minutes that Henry was not fast. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Really,
let's just have the honest
put it into context.
There's no context needed. Are you fast or you not? No, it's not about in regards to that in terms of a raw attribute. No, you don't need context. Does the person have good agility? Forget whether they can use it or not. Does the person have good agility? I'm not talking about Henry, just in general.
But then what's the point of asking if you can't put it into a system? Because
no, because we're going to do. Okay, did Henry put it into the system? Right? Did Henry use it in the system for Arsenal? His pace. Did he use his speed off the ball?
Off the ball.
Did he use his speed off the ball? No, forget hardly ever. It's a simple yes or no question again. Did Henry use
Bro,
his
you can't
speed
do it
off
like
the ball for Arsenal? Yes, you can do yes or no questions. Of course you
I
can. It's
refuse
just that
to
you like to
answer it
dance
like that,
around
bro.
it. Yeah, you refuse to answer it because you look daft now. And that's what it is. You're not in the chat to dance around this and talk some extra stuff. So again, I ask you the simple question. A simple question.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst he was at Arsenal Football Club, did Thierry Henry use his pace off the ball?
Barely ever.
No, forget barely. Did he use it? Yes or no? Did he use it to his advantage to help Arsenal Football Club win football matches? Yes or no?
Or if I have to give one answer, I'll say no because it's closer to a no.
Okay, so also Henry never used it. So you hear that, people. On Thierry, so Temi has just said Thierry Henry didn't use his pace off the ball to help
Those are
Arsenal
your
win
words,
football
bro,
matches.
not mine.
No, that's what you just said.
Those are your
He never
words,
used.
not
I just
mine.
asked you. You said
No,
no.
I said no because you
I just
forced
asked
me
you.
to give a yes or no.
I didn't force. I didn't
and
force
my
you to
answer's
do anything.
closer to a no.
I
did,
can't
bro.
force you to do anything. I can't force you to do anything. Let's not do that. Don't play victim because you had hella chat in the chat. Don't play victim now.
Did he not
Don't
say
play
yes
victim
or no?
now. Yes, it's yes or no question. You know what I'm saying? I don't dance around stuff.
Yeah, well, then I have to give up.
Straight to the point. So give a yes or no. But the fact that that's your, it's not a problem that you said. I don't have an issue with you saying no. It's the fact that you believe that. That's the crazy part. Stand on your wrongness. If you want to be wrong, stand on your wrongness. But don't play victim.
Bro, but
because you hella no. Don't play victim because you hella talkative in the chat. So let's not play victim. We cool, Temi. So don't do that. Or you forced me to. Nah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't sit up here and play victim now.
Okay, my answer's no. Then.
Don't play that.
Straight.
Okay, so your
no.
answer's no. So Henry did. So yeah. Henry did never. So Henry did not use his pace to off the ball to help Arsenal win football matches. Cool.
No.
Got it. Okay, got it. Back to Barcelona. So
facts,
we got that.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? All right, facts. Mm-hmm. I'm glad. So the people will know you was that now.
Yeah.
Where was we at? So Henry, who was in the Barcelona front three? Henry, Messi, and who? Who was it? Was it on? No, Invincibles. We said Henry, Youngberg, Bergkamp. No.
Yeah.
We're mixing it up. No, because we said Invincibles. So again, so we're saying Henry, who's one of the greatest players of Youngberg, who also ran in behind. Perez was ball to feet.
Yeah, Perez to feet.
Perez was ball to feet. Yeah,
for me.
Henry was ball to feet, but he could also spin in behind.
Yeah.
He could also spin in behind.
So.
He also span. It's not so. He also span in behind. What are we talking about?
Okay.
I could literally pull up. We could literally move this to the playback. I can pull up clips of him running in behind. There's that famous clip.
I wouldn't mind if you could, bro, because I don't really believe it. So it's okay.
Well, again, do you watch? You United fan, right? You United fan, correct?
Yeah.
You United fan. Don't you remember? And you're a 90s baby. Did you not watch Arsenal games growing up in like the late 90s, early 2000s?
I hear you, bro. Like, yeah, off a combination, yeah, you were getting behind.
No, forget off a combination. Stop trying to dance around.
Okay,
not trying to dance around. Like, it's not a dance around. I'm just shocked that you never seen Henry running behind and score a goal. That's what you're telling me. No. Answer the question. You never seen Henry running behind and score a goal. That's what you're telling me.
I also would. That doesn't mean you're right, bro. It doesn't mean that.
No, it doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. Did you never ever see Henry running behind and score a goal for Arsenal? You didn't see that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Did you see Perez do that?
No.
Because that wasn't Perez's game, and he wasn't a pace guy. Perez never did that. Because athletes.
So are you saying that because it never happened, it's impossible to happen in the future? So basically, because no team really has played a front line of 3 tech players, that now means that it's impossible, or it means that it's not our best team. Let's even just say that.
Answer me the question again. That was a good question. Ask me that again.
Let's even just say
that was a good question. Ask me that again.
Yeah. So you're saying that just because no team in history or that we can think of has played a front line of 3 tech players, does that
don't do that? It's not free tech. I have no issue with tech players because you can be tech and pacey like a Diallo.
Okay, 2 feet, 3 2 feet players.
Free to enter ball people who are non-athletes. You are all non-athletes in today's game in 2024. No, because it's an athlete's game.
What do you mean it's an athlete's game? What does that mean?
when I say it's an athlete game, that means athleticism and systems is reigning supreme. It's not like the 90s or early 2000s where it was more individual and Mavericks based. It's system based. It's profile based. This is why I've been asking you the question for almost an hour now. I've been asking you the question for an hour now. Name the teams who have been successful without an athlete in their front line. It don't exist.
But there's no point asking that because just because it doesn't exist doesn't mean it's impossible. I
never said it's impossible, but you know what it is? You're right. It's not impossible. You know what it is? Highly unlikely. I don't deal with highly unlikelies. If I have to have, God forbid, touch wood, it never happens. If I have to have a surgery and it's highly unlikely that I'm going to come out of the surgery room, do you think I'm going to take it? Do you think I'm going to do the surgery? Let me
ask you a question.
No. You answer mine and then I answer yours. I have to have a surgery.
What is the question?
I have to have a surgery. And it's touch wood, it don't happen again. And it's highly unlikely I am going to leave that hospital. I could pass away. It's highly unlikely. Do you think I'm going to do the surgery? Or am I just going to live with the, and let's say it's a limp. Or am I just going to live with the limp, knowing I can live for however and I'm perfectly fine now? What do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah, you'll probably go for the limp.
Okay, then. That's the point I'm making. I don't deal with that. There's no certains and there's no impossibles in football. But what I deal with is likelihoods. If something is highly unlikely, guess what? I'm not going to run it. I work in probabilities. I want something that is likely to work. Like we could sign, for instance, Alphonso Davies. I think that sign is going to work. It's not for certain, but I am pretty sure if we sign Alphonso Davies, it would work. Okay. Now we could sign him. Let me go.
Let me ask you a question. Sign him and it could
go wrong. Of course. Go on.
Let me ask you a question. It's a simple question. Okay.
Of course.
So what's better? What's better? The lineup that we had: Rashford, Garnacho, Bruno, right? And you got your athletes for your athletes game. Okay. So that
Garnacho, what was the front three?
Yeah.
What was the front three? Garnacho, Rashford,
basically the one that he started at Ipswich.
Garnacho, Rashford. Yeah. Cool. Go.
Yeah, that or Xerxes, Bruno, Ahmad. Well, I'd even go a step further. That or Kobe, Xerxes, Ahmad.
I'm going with the latter one.
You go with that?
I'm going with the latter one. Kobe, you said Kobe, Diallo, Xerxes, correct? Did you say that one?
Yeah.
But I'd go with the latter one.
So then what? Yeah, so
but the reason is
you're proving me right.
No, I'm not. The reason why again, because you don't be paying attention, I'm not. So I like explain it because you thought you would flip that, and I'm gonna flip it again. I'm gonna flip it, I'm gonna respond. You're comparing not good enough to not good enough to not good enough. You know what the crazy part is? You could have named any. You mentioned Maino, Diallo, and Xerxes. Take Xerxes out, you could name anyone else, and I'm putting in. You could have said Mount's name. I'd say that because they're our two best attackers to me. I'm playing those two regardless. You could have said Mount, Maino, and Diallo. Maino and Diallo are our two best 10s.
Yeah.
So you could name. So here the thing is, because I don't rate our attackers, you could have named anybody else. You could have named yourself, Temi, and I would have said, you know what, Temi, run it around, run it, go on. What we talking about here? You comparing not good enough to not good enough to not good enough.
Yeah, but
none of them are good enough.
It's football, bro. You still gotta put a
this
team
is
out.
I want. You couldn't play Maino. No.
You can't leave it.
Yes, you can.
No team out, bro.
No, you can't have no team. And it wasn't no team. They ran at 11 and they ran a team out. They ran a team out.
But you basically saying you wouldn't put a team out because you're saying
I'm not saying I wouldn't put a team out. No, I wouldn't. I'd play Maino, Diallo, Rashford. That would be my free. No, it's not. My free would be Maino, Diallo.
Yeah, but then that's when. But then, like I said, then you're proving me right. You can have three. Then you're basically saying you can have three. You can have three. To feed players in your front line.
Rashford is not to feed.
You said you'd go Rashford.
Yes, Rashford, because you don't be listening. You don't be listening. Yes, that would be the front three I go with. Now what?
Bro, how are you still going with Rashford, like, honestly?
Because I don't rate anybody else, Temi. I don't rate none of them. I don't rate none of them. Why is this so crazy? I don't rate any of them. You could say Højlund, you could say Xerxes, you could say Mount. Guess what, Temi? I'm not even arguing you down. You could say Bruno. I'm not arguing. I am not fighting. I am not fighting or campaigning for any of these guys because I don't rate them. I leave that to you and other fans that want to do that. I don't campaign and fight for players I don't rate. You can campaign for players who underperform. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
with
you're
that.
doing it now, bro. You are.
Who am I
you're basically
campaigning for?
campaigning for?
Who am I campaigning
For
for?
Rashford.
I'm not.
Because
I
you're saying you'd
literally
rather.
do. Do you listen?
You're
Did you not
basically
listen to
saying
what I
you'd
said?
rather have Rashford.
I said I'd rather, but I am not fighting for him. If you say Hoyland, or you say
Bro,
Mount,
that's
or
fighting,
you
bro.
say Bruno, or you say no, it's not no fight. Where's the pushback?
It is, bro.
Where's
If
the
you
pushback?
basically saying you'd rather you're saying you go Rashford
Rather,
rather than have a third to feed player. That's
yes.
fighting for him. That's
No,
fighting
it's
for
not
him.
fighting for him because I'm
Because
not
I'm
fighting
saying
for him.
because it is.
You're
bro.
saying Xerxes,
That's fighting
yeah?
for him.
Yeah, it's not fighting for him. I'm just saying it makes no sense
It is.
logically. It makes no sense logically. That's what I'm telling you. Because you still
What doesn't
can't tell
make
me
sense?
when that's worked. Free interfeet players.
Yeah, it
Makes
doesn't
no
matter, bro.
sense.
At least I'd rather.
Yes,
At
it
least
does
I'd
matter
rather try
because
it
it is.
rather than fight for Rashford, bro. I'd rather try it.
Where's the fight?
than
Where's the fight?
for Rashford.
I'm not fighting for Rashford.
Yeah,
I'm not
bro.
fighting for
If you're
Rashford.
saying you'd
I'm
rather
not.
go with him over a third to feed player.
Just
that's
because I'd
basically-
rather do something doesn't mean I'm fighting for it. I'm saying I'd rather.
is,
I was in the club hollering at a girl that was a 10. She wasn't on it. I went and then I went and hollered at a girl who was a 7. I'd rather be with the 10, but I'm not gonna fight for the 7 if she ain't on it. Same difference. What we talking about here? I'm not fighting for Rashford. I'm talking profiles.
That's not the same thing.
I'm talking profiles. The analogy was a bit off, but you lot got it. I'm talking profiles. You need an outlet. I don't like the outlet.
Bro,
I don't like the outlet, but you need an outlet. You need an outlet. Let me get to this as well. Let me get to the super chat. Give me 1 second. Let me get to this. Big up. My apologies, man. Paul B, my apologies. Says, yes, bro. Pardon me. What you saying? First impressions of the new gaffer. I still feel 70% of the players are low quality. A lot of our players look and feel lightweight. We need some heavyweights in. You know what's crazy? I didn't see this till now, and Paul's saying exactly what I've been saying. Hope you're good first and foremost, Paul. Big up, appreciate the super chat. First impressions of the new gaffer, like what he said, like what he's done, etc., etc. I think you're being very kind with 70%. You know what I'm saying? I think you're being very, very kind. It's more like 95%, but I hear you. And our players are very lightweight, which I've been saying, which is what the manager's saying. How many times have I said on here about marathon runners? We need serious athletes. We need some power. We need some strength. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need in there. We do need some heavyweights, and this is what I'm talking about. So in regards to it, you have to have an outlet. If there was anyone else, I'd say run him. Big up Sleeping Dragon as well.
Bro, honestly, and I'm not being like, but honestly, I feel like that approach is part of why we are where we are on the table.
No, we are where we are because of Ten Hag's semblance of the squad.
That you gotta have like this outlet, bro, because this front line has been like the main issue, and Ten Hag basically thought the same thing.
Because it's not been about the outlet, it's been about the quality. It's been about the quality of the players. That's why our attack's terrible. It's the quality. You don't rate our attack.
If we had been playing Xerxes, Kobe, and Ahmed front line from the start of the season, I think we'd be in a much better position. As much as I think
under Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the formation there? Who's on the left? Because Ten Hag plays a front 4.
Kobe
playing on the left. Okay. On the right, who?
Kind of drifting.
Okay, so Kobe on the left drifting. Who's on the right? Who's on the right?
Ahmed.
Who's in the 10?
So I'd have to go Bruno. Yeah.
A player you don't rate. Cool. And up top, Xerxes.
It's not that I don't rate him.
You don't rate. You said you don't. Team. You said he's got no agility.
I do rate him.
He's got. Oh, you do rate him. Okay, cool.
Doesn't mean I don't rate him.
Okay. Would you sell Bruno? Okay. Would you sell if we got a good offer for Bruno in the summer? Would you sell him?
What's a good offer? What, like 50?
60, you're the guy. Yeah, say it was 60 million. We got £60 million offer for him. Would you sell him?
It depends what kind of team I want to play. What's the balance of the team around him? So
all right, we're back to the point. So you're playing Maino from the left, Diallo from the right, Bruno who you kind of rate but kind of don't, and Xerxes up top.
In the 10, yeah, and Xerxes
okay. And how many goals do you think that team?
I reckon.
Okay, how many league goals did? How many league? Okay, so we're gonna do it. How many league goals? No, scratch that. How many goals does that front 4 get in the league?
I at the end of the season.
Playing the vast majority of the games, yeah. So let's say they all play 38, 37 games.
38.
So how many goals is Diallo getting? How many goals is Xerxes getting? So how many goals is Xerxes getting as a 9? How many goals from the right is Diallo getting? How many goals from this new position on left main on Bruno? Go on.
I think with that 4, Xerxes gets about. I'd say Xerxes gets like 8.
So Xerxes gets 8 goals. Cool. Diallo gets what?
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say Diallo gets around about the same. Maybe like
16?
10, 12.
10, pick a number.
Yeah, maybe 12. Xerxes 8, 20. I'm at 12. Bruno
Mado
probably like 10.
Okay.
Kobe probably gets like 5, maybe.
So this front 4 that you love.
Maybe like 5.
Wait, so we got 12, 8, that was 20. How many Bruno? How many Bruno?
Bruno, let's go with 10.
So that's 30. And Mano gets what? 5.
Like 5.
So this front 4 that you love so much would get 35 league goals, in your opinion.
That's not 35, bro.
That's 35. You said, wait. You said 8 for Xerxes. You said 12 for Diallo. That's 20. You said 10 for Bruno. And you said 5 for Mano. That's 35. So this front 4, you think is so amazing and will do so well, would score 35 league goals as a quartet.
Yeah, well, as a quartet,
that's woeful. And you rate it. And you think it gets 35 league goals. That is woeful. 35 league goals. And you rate the front 4.
Yeah, bro, but remember there's still goals from other parts of the pitch.
No.
There's still Rasmus off the bench.
Forget a second off the bench. Forget off the bench. I'm saying
I don't think that's terrible.
35 league goals is woeful from your front 4.
Bro, well, what do you think we're gonna get now?
It's gonna be just as bad as I don't think it's gonna be good either. But I don't rate it. You pick that. That's the big difference.
The Ipswich front 3. No, let's go.
The big difference. Let's take the Ipswich front. The big difference. No. We're not bypassing that. We'll get to the Ipswich. No, we'll get to that. We're not bypassing that. You rate that front 4. You just sat there and said to me that for you would be so much better off with that front 4 and said it scores 35 league goals. No. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. The only error you made was saying that I would like us to go with that front 4 when you've clearly shown yourself you don't believe in it. So I don't get why you're campaigning for a front 4. Let me land. Why are you campaigning for a front 4 you think would score 35 league goals? Why?
Because I think it's better than other.
That's woeful. That's woeful.
What about the the Ipswich front 3? How many goals do we get from them? Take the Ipswich front 3 plus.
Go on.
Plus one more player.
We adding Diallo into that. Bear in mind, I don't think he's going to go. I don't think he's going to play that going forward. Let me ask you one question. Do you think he plays that front 3 going forward for like considerable?
I actually think, I hope not.
No, forget hope. Opinion. You are very opinionated, Temi. Do you think he goes with that front 3 for the like? We're not bypassing. You ain't in the chat now. We're not bypassing it. No. Can't bypass it. You ain't go skip past it. No. We ain't skipping a step, my friend. Absolutely not. Do you think going forward, Aberin plays this front 3 consistently that we seen against Ipswich?
Bro, that's like impossible to tell. I don't know.
It's just a guess. It's a sheer guess. You can guess. The same way you so convinced that.
I think eventually he drops Garnacho. Eventually.
Okay. So the point I'm making, and I don't know if he was there. I don't know. And no, to Chinlu, it wasn't 35 league goals in total. It was 35 league goals from a front 4. It wasn't overall. But yeah, in regards to the question you asked, so you said Diallo, Garnacho, Rashford. Who was it? Bruno. Diallo, I think, can get. Diallo playing in the 10. I agree with you. Like he could
go on. I think he could get more actually. If it's like if we started this way from the start of the season till the end.
Yeah, under Satan. We're under Satan's favorite soldier.
15.
So
I'll go with 15.
Okay, so that 15, yeah. Okay, so that's
and then I'd probably
38.
actually go. And then because I was
gotta change
actually
it.
like blending
You gotta
in
cook the books
I
now.
was thinking, now, now I realized I was like blending in my thoughts of like what's happened so far this season. I should have started with like a clear mind.
Mhm.
I was thinking of like the past few like game weeks. Yeah. So if we started the season like that, right from the first game, I'm at 15, and I'll probably go Bruno with 12, Xerxes 10, and then I'd keep Kobe at 5. That's fair enough. So that
All of a
gives
sudden, we
you
getting 3 players in double figures. How much does that give us?
30, 37, 42. Yeah, I think that's fair.
So now we need 3
I think
players
it's
to
good
sit.
enough.
We need players in double figures. When's the last time that's happened? You got 3 players
It's
in double
possible,
figures.
yeah,
I
but it's
don't think that's
early.
possible.
Early double
Under that,
figures.
I genuinely don't think that's possible. I genuinely don't think that's
I
possible.
think it is, bro.
I don't. But of course, you think
It's
that it's
early
because
double
you
figures.
say that again.
It's early double figures. It's just
You
like
know how
10,
I don't think you realize how bad this team is and how bad these players are overall, and how bad the manager was. Bear in mind, you're saying that with Ten Hag in charge, but you don't rate Ten Hag.
No. I'm thinking. Okay, fair enough.
Exactly.
Okay,
See,
let's
so
go
what we
back.
talking
37
about?
is fine. 35 is fine. 35.
35 is a terrible return.
Mhm.
It's awful.
Yeah, but it's better than what. What is the return so far now? What do you think this one's gonna get?
It's all awful. It's awful too. I don't think you understand.
but you
It's
still gotta
probably
fix
about
something.
it's probably about the same. It's probably about the same.
You think so?
If we added in Diallo's numbers, are we adding in Diallo to that? Or Diallo not included? Because you said 4. So yeah, if
Okay,
we add Diallo in, yeah.
How many goals do you think Rashford will get from the start of the season?
About in the league, about
So,
8. About 8? Wait, under who? Are we saying under Ten Hag? Or are we saying under Amarim? Are we saying in the back 3 or are we saying in the back 4?
Same as my team with the 35. Started the season with Ten Hag.
Well, we don't play that system. I think I did this. I think I said, well, your team wouldn't have. Wait, was your team or mine?
And continue with the Ipswich one. Started with Ten Hag
So
and continue.
is it a front
what,
3 or
what he did
is it
at
a?
Ipswich.
Is it so? It's now a front 3 we're talking about. Rashford would get about 8.
Let's put it this way. Okay, let's put it this way. You put out your attacking. What you think? If you were the manager, what you would pick as your like attacking quartet or front 3?
Front 3, I've said this would be Diallo, Maino, Rashford. That'd be my front 3.
Diallo, Maino, Rashford.
Yeah. And just like yours, it
so only
stinks.
difference is Xerxes
Tell
and
me.
Rashford.
Just like yours, it stinks. It stinks. That's why I'm not here campaigning for it. It sucks. It's all bad. 35 goals. I don't even know if we'll get 2 players in double figures. What are we talking about here? This is what I'm talking about when I say stop comparing not good enough to not good enough. We're talking about 35 league goals. And that was a front 4 you rate. You said we should play this. How many goals does it get? 35. The teams who have been relegated whose front 4s have probably got more. What are we talking about here? If our front 4 gets 35, how much is the rest of the team getting? 15.
Yeah, probably. Well, I guess it's just better to watch them. I mean, it's also about that, right? Enjoying the football. No?
I don't enjoy this attack, Temi. There's nothing to enjoy. I don't think you understand this any way you cook it. The meal's woeful because the ingredients stink. The ingredients absolutely suck. I've been saying this for all summer long. Under Ten Hag, as bad as he was, our attackers are awful. Take Diallo and Maino out of it. The rest of our attack absolutely stinks. I've got I could put together a better attack from people in my phone book. Take Maino and Diallo out of it. I've got a front 4 I'd rather see who I could call. I don't get what this is. This is what I'm saying when I say don't compare not good enough to not good enough. I think we have one of the worst. To take Maino and Diallo out of it, we might have the worst attack in the league. We might have the worst attack in the league. Ipswich are 19th. Take Diallo and Maino out of our attack. Their attack is better. They bought
I
Jack
agree
Clark
with
off
you,
the
bro, but
bench.
we still gotta judge the manager's team selection. So.
We can judge the manager's team selection. I judge the manager's team selection. I'm just more understanding of it than you. You're sat here talking about if Ten Hag put out that lineup.
I just
Ten
think that it
Hag
was
is.
a crime. It's a fundamental crime not to start Ahmed in the front three. There's just no
I
excuse.
don't think it is, considering
That was my point that started the whole thing.
Yes, and my point was because of the injuries and the lateness of players coming back, I am
That's
much
not
more
an excuse.
leeway.
Okay, so you basically saying if
Injuries are not an
Onslaught-
excuse.
No, so basically you saying if Onslaught was playing a front five and he didn't have a fullback, he was going to put Mo Salah at right wing back and then play, I don't know, Cody Gakpo on the wing.
No, he wouldn't.
Don't you think
If
he
they,
would keep
but
his
if, no,
best
no, he
attacker
wouldn't use. No, he
in
wouldn't
front
use.
line?
He wouldn't use Salah like that. He wouldn't use Salah like that. But they have. You know what
Why?
they have.
He's-
You know what? No,
that's
no,
his
no.
best
Because they have.
attacker.
No, because they have better options. Out of everybody on the team, you know what the problem was? Diallo was our best
What?
right wing back option. After
I don't agree.
Mazarawi.
Anthony could have
After
played left wing
Mazarawi.
back.
I don't rate
I
Anthony.
don't agree.
I don't rate Anthony. I don't think we progressed the ball.
Yeah,
He was much. Say again.
Okay, so
Say
you're
again.
basically saying it's better to play Garnacho and keep Ahmad at fullback than to play Anthony at fullback and then have Ahmad in the attack.
Yeah. Yes. To try and build up and
How's
play the
that
ball
better?
out from the back. Okay, I'll explain why it's better. Because we had no issue with two things. One, we had no issue with playing the ball out from the back in general. Two, we had no issue progressing the ball. Three, in particular in the second half, we had no issue keeping the ball. This is why we had 70% possession. All our good stuff came from this side.
You do all that and then what?
You do all that because you can then use and Diallo. Then what? No, you do all that and then what? That's how we got the goal. Anthony don't create that goal. Anthony does not create that goal. Anthony's rubbish in attack. Anthony doesn't rate that. It's a moment. How many moments has Anthony had for us?
He doesn't have to really have a moment at fullback.
You know, Anthony don't have moments. Period. How many moments has Anthony had for us? Oh, wait, are you playing Anthony right wing back or left wing back? Wait, hold up. Are you playing Anthony right wing back or left wing back?
Left wing back.
So you're talking about Delo then. So you're so Delo, no, Anthony can do what Diallo does. So you literally stunt us on. So not only if you take him out, are you stunting us, building up the ball and progressing the ball, you're also stunting us from an offensive standpoint. I get it. I would have rather seen Diallo in the 10. I am not disputing that. I would have rather, hear what I'm saying? Yeah. I would have rather have seen him in the 10, but I am understanding as to why he didn't play in the 10. Basically. I don't think he got it wrong. No, I don't think he got it wrong. I don't think he got it wrong. But I'm understanding. You know what I'm saying? I'm open-minded to it. I get the fact you just got here. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, that's what it is.
I don't agree, bro.
Of course, you don't think Henry's fast without the ball, so of course you don't agree. You don't think Thierry Henry's fast. So of course you don't agree.
I didn't say that, bro.
Because we watch football. Yeah, you did say that. Thank you. So don't even try and lie and say you didn't say that when you said it. Stand on your wrongness. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say that, say that. Say that again.
No, I meant it in a different way, though.
Okay, cool. But you said he wasn't fast when I asked the question to try and prove a point. But the point I'm making is, would I have preferred to have seen Diallo in the 10? Yes. But I'm understanding as to why he didn't play him in the 10. Same way I would have wanted to see Rashford up top. If he would have played Højlund up top, I would have understood why. I would get it. It would make sense to me, even though I disagree. Because you know what? I've seen the greatest ever manager do things that I disagree with. The greatest manager this club's ever seen and the greatest manager I've ever seen make decisions. He's never going to 100% make decisions I like. I am understanding of that. This man doesn't have to try and do what I like. I understand it. You can complain about that. But if we had Henry in the side, you'd be talking about him not being fast, him not doing enough. But here we are. I'm saying you'd be talking about not play Xerxes over Henry or some rubbish like that.
I just feel like you're making excuses right now.
How am I making an excuse by being understanding?
I mean, I get it, bro. He's new and all excited, but you gotta admit when the guy makes mistakes.
I will admit when he makes mistakes. I disagree that it was a big mistake. That's where we disagree. I am understanding.
Okay, let me ask you.
Because I
Let me
get
ask
where
you
you're
this.
at.
Let me ask you this.
Of
Let me
course.
ask you this. Let me ask you.
Well,
Who's our best attacker? Who do you think's our
Diallo.
best attacker?
What, in the game or overall? In the game or
No,
overall?
overall in the squad. No, overall in the squad.
Yeah, Diallo. I think Diallo's our best attacker. Said this.
Thank you. So how does it make sense to have your best attacker in the backline?
Because he was still in an attacking position.
Come on.
What do you mean? Come on. Is wait. Is wing back not an attacking position? Do you not attack at wing back? Do you not? No. Answer the question. No, answer the question. Do you not attack at wing back? Yes or no?
Are you much more limited?
No. Forget the limited. It's a yes or no question, Temmie. Do you not attack at wing back? Yes or no? Falling for what trick? What trick? How is a yes or no question a trick? How is a yes or no question a trick?
Yes or no, bro.
Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? You just don't like being straightforward. Like I said, you're not in the chat no more. You can't hide no more. This is why I do these shows. And I'm glad you actually called up. Like, yes, it is that straightforward. Do you attack at wing back? Do you attack at wing back?
Okay, let me ask you this. Where do you
No. Answer my question first, and I'll answer your question when you answer mine. I'll answer your question when you answer mine.
You promise.
I promise, of course. I'll answer any question you have. I'll answer any question you have.
Yeah, you do.
No problem with that.
You do.
Do you attack at wing back?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. So that's also why I'm more understanding of him playing him there. If he would have played him at centre back or played him in the pivot, I'd be like, what is going on here? Obviously, he wouldn't do that.
Okay, let me ask you then.
And wait. Let me land my point, and you can ask me. Let me land. I'm over exaggerating there to make a point for anyone. But yes, and of course, you're gonna ask me, where do you attack more? Of course, in the 10. Would I have preferred that also to answer your question?
Okay, let me ask you a second question then. Let me ask you the next question. You said that you attack more in the 10 than at wing back, right? So if that's the case, don't you think that means that you should have your best attacker in the position where he will attack me?
Wait, say the last part again.
So you said that you attack more in the 10 than in the
absolutely
wing
you attack more in the 10, of course. Yes.
So don't you think that means that you should have your best attacker in that position where he would be able to attack?
In an ideal world, yes. But like I said, I take things in a yes.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I would. Okay,
so right.
And what's your point? No, you're not right.
Right.
No, you're not right at all. You're not right. You're not. That's definitely not. You're definitely not right. Because then what you then have to take into consideration is what we are talking about. What we talking about here?
Okay, so you basically
because if you have injury, what we talking about here, injuries, like it's because of injuries. What we talk like Maserati, I don't want to see. No. Carry on. Wait. To dispel your point, I prefer to see Maserati. Maserati played right-sided centre back. Why did Maserati play right-sided centre back? Because we had no other centre backs. I don't want to see Johnny Evans at left-sided centre back. Hold up. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Johnny Evans at left-sided centre back. It cost us in the game.
Okay.
That's where the goal came. Wait. That's where the goal came from. Was playing, but I understand why he played Johnny Evans there. He had no choice. Actually,
can I summarize what
you're
saying? Can I put into context what you say? So basically, Flawless is saying that if he was the manager of Liverpool and he was playing a back five and he had a lot of injuries like Trent and Conor Bradley were all injured, Flawless is basically saying that at right wing back he would play Mo Salah and then he would play Luis Diaz on the right, on the inside 10, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not what I'm saying.
Basically saying you put your best attacker on the wing.
No, it's not. I'm not saying. No, I'm not. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying whatsoever. What do you mean? What's the difference? Who else is in the team? Who else is in the team? Who else is in Liverpool's team? Yes. When am I coming in? What's going on? Who was the manager before me? What are we talking about here?
Let's just forget everything else. It's just think
we
about
have to add that in because it matters. Of course it is. What's the rest of my team? Who else is injured?
No, that doesn't matter, bro.
Of course it matters. Who's injured? Who's suspended?
The point is that you need to fill the right wing back positions, and your options are Mo Salah, Federico Chiesa, and Luis Diaz. And you got to between the three of them, you got to pick one for the wing back position and one for the inside 10 position.
Between Chiesa, Diaz, and who? Salah. I'm playing Diaz. I'm playing Diaz. I'm playing
At
Diaz.
the right at the wing fullback.
Yeah, wing back. Yeah, I'm playing Diaz at wing back. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but that's equals to what Amarim should have done in playing Anthony. Anthony is like the equal of playing Luis Diaz.
I don't think Anthony is the equal of Diaz, and that's where the issue lies. You rate Anthony much higher than I do.
In terms of decisions.
I don't rate
I mean,
Anthony.
in terms of decisions, it's the same thing.
No, I don't rate. No. I don't. It's not in terms of decision making, and this is where you dispel it, because this is why I said who else is in the team. Diaz is much better than Anthony in terms of going forward. He gives me so much more. He gives me more acceleration down that side. He gives me more speed. He gives me more tenacity.
Okay,
and I don't rate Diaz highly. I don't rate Diaz highly, but he gives me more at right wing back than Anthony.
Yeah, but the point is you play your best attack in the inside 10. Isn't it?
I didn't dispute that. I didn't dispute that. I agree with you on that.
Well, you are though. You are, because
I don't dispute that. I'm not disputing that.
You saying that he didn't. You saying he didn't make a mistake by playing.
No, I'm saying I'm understanding of it because of the crap that's around him. Yes, I'm saying I'm understanding of it because one of the players around him.
Now you're switching. Yeah, but now you're switching up. Are you contradicting?
I'm not switching up because I've been saying it for the start. So what am I switching up from?
You contradicting. How
am I contradicting myself? Explain.
Because basically, you're agreeing that Ahmad as the best attacker should have been in the inside 10.
I've said,
but at the same time,
you're
saying it was. But then at the same time, you're saying it wasn't a mistake. How does that?
Yes, because I'm saying, okay, so I'll explain again. I've said it multiple times. No. I've said it. I don't think it's a mistake. I'm saying I understand it. So I don't think there's a difference between understand. No, carry on. No, wait. Hold up. No, you don't know what I'm saying because you've asked me this question the same time and I've answered the same thing every single time. I'm saying I am understanding. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I know.
So I don't think it's the right decision, but I don't think it's a mistake either because there's a one in between where I'm understanding of it. That's where the difference is. You just don't like the fact that I'm saying that.
No, I know what you said.
What are we talking about? What am I saying? You're gonna miscrew me, but go on.
You basically saying it was a mistake, but you understand why he made the mistake.
I'm saying I'm understand. No, I don't think it was made. I'm saying I'm understanding of why you made that decision. Would I have personally made that decision? Yeah, I probably would have done the same thing, to be honest. Probably would have done the same thing. I probably would have, but I wouldn't have played. Who would I have played in the 10? Ah, shit. I don't even know.
So basically, you would have played your best attacker at fullback.
It would have wing back. Don't say fullback. Don't say fullback. It was wing back. Don't do that. It was wing back. Yeah, don't do that. Don't try that. No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So wait, so you telling me wing back and fullback is the same thing? Are you saying wing back and fullback is the same thing? Are you saying wing back and fullback is the same thing? Are you saying wing back and fullback is the same thing?
They both pointless in playing.
Are you saying wing back and fullback are the same thing? Are you saying wing back and fullback is the same thing? Yes or no?
And their pointlessness.
Are you saying wing back and fullback is the same thing? I just keep asking you the question. So are you saying wing back and fullback's the same thing? It's the same position, yeah? Right back and right wing back's the same thing, yeah?
Yeah, well, if you're gonna waste your best attacker, then yeah.
It's a right wing back. So right back and right wing back. Forget the best attacker. Is right back and right wing back the same thing? Is right back and right wing back the same position? Forget the game. It's right wing back and so right back and right wing back's the same thing.
It's the same mess up to play your best.
Oh yeah, is right back and right wing back the same thing? I just keep asking. So is right back and right wing back the same thing? It's the same position, yeah?
Same mess up.
It's the same thing. Is right back and right wing back the same thing? Is right back and right wing back the same thing? Yes or no? Say yes or no question. It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no question. Is right back and right wing back the same possession? It's the same thing because you tried to be cheeky with it, like I wouldn't catch it. Oh, he's playing at fullback. No, he's
not.
So is right back and right wing back the same thing?
Yes, if you're wasting.
Is right back and right wing back the same position? I'll just keep asking. So we can do this. I got all night. So is right back and right wing back the same possession?
Yeah, and yes, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay. So right back. So you're saying right back and right wing back is the same position. That's what you're saying, Tammy, yeah?
Yes, because you know what I mean.
Yeah. No. It's not yes because I know what you mean. Right back and right wing back is the same position, yes or no?
Since I've explained myself
previously. No, forget the explanation. Is right back and right wing back the same position? I just keep asking.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we got that. So right back and right wing back's the same position, and Thierry Henry's not fast, people. You're hearing a lot here. Run up the likes, make sure you hit the subscribe button and all that good stuff. But yeah, in regards to now your question that you asked me about it, yes, I'm understanding of why he did what he did. Because to me, you're in between a rock and a hard place. Because it's back to what I keep saying. It's not good
I don't
enough.
think it's a rock
This
and
is
a
not
hard
good
place,
enough.
though.
Yeah,
So
because you
basically,
rate
you don't
Anthony.
rate Ahmed. You don't rate Ahmed.
Nah, I don't
If
rate
you're
Ahmed,
saying
bro.
it's a rock and a hard place, then you don't rate him. Okay, cool.
You
You
don't,
should
do,
have
you,
just said
do you
so.
understand what? Do you understand what I mean by saying it's a rock and a hard place? You don't have no clue.
Yeah,
Do
you're
you?
saying you don't rate Ahmed. You're saying you
No,
don't
no,
rate Ahmed.
no. So you've got
Yeah,
that
that's
wrong.
the
So
only
when I
way it's
say
a rock
no,
and
it's
a hard
not.
place.
Okay, so I'll
You
explain
don't.
to you
You,
because
well, you don't rate. You don't
don't
rate him
understand
as
what
an
I'm saying.
attacker. You think
You don't understand what I'm saying. When I
Ahmed,
say it's a rock and a hard place, I'll explain to you. I'll explain to you when I say it's between a rock and a hard place. You're saying play Diallo in the 10, play Anthony at wing back, whether it's right wing back, left wing back. So actually, you got Anthony at left wing back and Delo at right wing back. So I'm saying having Delo at right wing back, and Anthony at left wing back, and Diallo in the 10, or having Diallo at wing back and having Garnacho in the 10. So when I say you're in between a rock and a hard place, I'll break it down because you're not in my mind. So please don't put words in my mouth. Having Garnacho as the 10 is just as detrimental to the team, to me, as having Delo and Anthony as the wing backs. That's why I'm saying it's between a rock and a hard place. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Cool. You can disagree. That's fine. But you see how people are asked him, what do I mean by a rock and a hard place? And you saw how he ran with it. And that's what people do in the chat. I say stuff and they run with stuff that I didn't say. My answer was nothing. Bear in mind when I say that, he said, oh, you don't rate Diallo. Nothing to do with Diallo, what I just said. Zero to do with him.
If you think it's a hard decision, that means you don't rate him, bro.
No, it's
because
not.
if I
Again,
ask
you don't listen.
Would you place?
You don't listen.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
You don't listen. You don't listen. You don't clearly don't listen, man.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so back to the Liverpool example. Let me ask you again. You've already answered, but I just want to ask you: who would you play in wing back, Salah or Luis Diaz?
Diaz.
Why?
Because I think Diaz can do a job there. Back to my point, I don't think Anthony and Delo are good enough at wing back. Jesus. I think those two.
Why?
Why do you think Ahmad's better than those two? Because he was our best attacking player. He's a better wing back than those two.
No. Why do you think he's a better wing back than Why do you think he's a better wing back than those two?
Than those two, because he does everything better going forward. He shits on them going forward at everything. Delo's better defensively. But he shits on them going forward.
But that doesn't make sense, bro.
How does it not make what don't make sense?
You just said that he's better at everything going forward. So why would you not have him in a more advanced position?
Because of the reasons I just said, but you don't listen about being between a rock and a hard place. So I'll explain it again. To me, having Garnacho in the 10, let me land. You even letting me land.
Okay, go.
You even letting me land. Yeah, you even see people, prime example of people in the chat, be taught on the street with me, not even listening to what I'm saying. This is why I do this, to let you lot know what it is. And this is why you get a different me, people like this. Because you get people, and Temmie's my guy, never get it misunderstood. He's been supporting for a long time. But this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. He on stream, not listening to what I'm saying. What do you think people are doing in the chat? This is why I do this. This is why when people be talking in the chat, I say jump on stream. Man don't even want to listen to what I'm saying. And I've already explained this once, so I'll explain it again. Because when I say between a rock and a hard place, it's nothing to do with Diallo.
You're contradicting yourself.
What am I about to say? What am I about to say? Go on. What am I about to say? Since I'm contradicting myself, go on, explain.
You're about to say that it's a rock and a hard place because Ahmad's a good attacker, but you think he can do a better job than the other two at fullback, at wingback.
No, that's not what I was going to say. No. See, this people, man would have. See, if I was in the chat and said that, he would have ran with that shit. Would have ran with that shit like it was gospel. So I'll say it again, loud and clear. When I say between a rock and a hard place, it's nothing to do with Diallo. Let me just clarify that. It's nothing to do, zero to do with Ahmad. Zero. What I'm saying is, I'll explain right now. Let me start my mic. I'll explain right now. When I say it's between a rock and a hard place, is because playing Anthony left wing back and Diallo right wing back, or having Garnacho in the 10, both of those I dislike and think are extremely detrimental to the team. I don't think
How?
one's worse than the other. I think they are both.
Okay, pause.
Let me land,
Pause.
and then you can ask me. Let me land the whole point. Let me land the whole point, and that I think they are both a waste of time. They both give us nothing. I think they're both awful options. So you have a choice to make, and he chose.
Yeah,
and either one. If he
that's
would have
but you
played Diallo, let me
isolating
answer this.
only
No,
to
if he
fullback.
would have played
side of
Diallo.
the balance.
If he would have
You're
played
forgetting the
Diallo
other
on
side
the
of the
10
balance.
and played Anthony and Dalot, I wouldn't have had an issue with that either. Because you again here comparing not good enough to not good enough. Because that stinks as a wing-back pairing. Stinks. It's just as bad as Garnacho in the 10.
But don't you think
it's just as
anything's
bad.
better than having Garnacho in the starting line?
Did you not just listen to what I just said?
Yeah, I did, but I just don't agree with it.
Okay, that's cool. So you paid attention. So you don't have to ask me that question if you heard what I just said.
No, I'm just shocked. That's why I'm asking you again.
Yeah, but that's cool. But you don't have to ask me again when I've explained myself. Because again, I'll explain this to you again, and I'll continue to say this till I turn the same color as this top or the same color as your top. I don't compare not good enough to not good enough. I think having Anthony at left wing back in front of Johnny Evans, by the way. So Anthony, Johnny Evans, Ericsson triangle on the left, and then Dalot, Maserati, and Casemiro on the right. Those two triangles are just as bad as having Garnacho in the 10. This is why I say he's between a rock and a hard place. Anthony Ericsson, Johnny Evans triangle is woeful. Equally as bad as having Garnacho in the 10. A Maserati, Dalot, Casemiro trio, triangle. Progressing the ball, how? And we watched Dalot in the system struggle. We seen him come out yesterday now, technically, and say that I struggled. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing, but Dalot was like, it's a lot of information on board. Amarim said he normally gets the pass and follows it into the midfield. So you're asking him in a new role to go and to progress the ball and things of this nature. So again, that's what I say when it's between a rock and a hard place. But on the flip side, if he would have done what you said, you know what I would have said? Cool. But I still think we'd be sat here having the same conversation. Just about, not the same conversation, having the same issues, but it'd be different because we'd be talking about we didn't keep the ball. He decided, let's keep the ball.
What about Bruno Ahmed? Would you go Bruno right back, Ahmed on the wing, or the other way? Do you think Bruno is more of an attacker than Ahmed?
I don't rate Bruno. Personally, I don't want him in the team. I've told you I'd play Diallo and Amo. Diallo and Maino.
Okay, let's. What about the bigger picture, like the tactics, like the dropping off? What did you think of that? I didn't like the low block.
The dropping off in sense of what do you mean?
Like the low block. We're in quite a low block for most of it.
I don't think we played a low block because the manager wanted to. The players in the first half, 1, didn't keep the ball well. 2, Ipswich kept the ball well. And 3, we just ran out of steam in that first half. I don't think the intention was to play. Yeah, because I seen Johnny Evans. I disagree with that. Look where Johnny Evans and Maserati were. You don't press as much as we did in that game. Johnny Evans was consistently in their half pressing Amari Hutchinson. Maserati was on the other side doing the same thing. I seen at one point, I literally counted as I was on the watch along. It was Casemiro, Ericsson on the edge of their box. In front of that was Rashford, and then to the left of that was Garnacho and Bruno. And I said, look at this. We had 5 players literally inside their 18-yard box or closer. And then Johnny Evans and Maserati in their half and just a little bit back. So no, I think the players just ran out of steam. And plus they're being asked to do something new. But I seen us try to do it, and I said this. I'm not about, obviously execution is key. We applied ourselves. The execution was bad, and it improved in the second half. This is why we had 70% possession of the ball. Because he was like, let me keep the ball. And we did. Now, the other half of that is doing something with it. But then the problem lies is our attackers are terrible. But the manager has to figure that out. The manager has to figure that out and get some purple patches and some goals and assists from this team. So yeah, in regards to that, I disagree with you on the drop off, like it was planned. That was the team where they stepped it up and they never stopped trying to. And also, you gotta give credit, Ipswich keep the ball well. And they kept the ball well in the first half. I've seen them do that to everybody they've played. I've seen them do it to Liverpool. I've seen them do it to City. Go on.
How do you try to go for an approach of keeping the ball with that front line? I feel like that's contradicting. Like, what did we
Keeping the ball,
think
what do
was
you
going to
mean?
happen?
What do you mean?
Like, we're kind of going for like a possession game, like keeping the ball, but at the same time, we had that front line. Like that, it doesn't make sense. It's contradictory.
Yeah,
How
in
did you think?
regards to it, again, because to tie into it, there was no front line that was gonna keep the ball.
It was basically a lot of useless keeping the ball, like defense
What in the
to
first?
midfield.
What do you mean?
Back to
Are you talking
defense.
about like in the first half or the second half? Which half are you talking about?
Or whichever half, just generally our approach to trying to keep the ball, which I guess happened
We kept
mostly in the second half.
we kept the ball well in the second half.
There's different kinds of keeping the ball.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
City keeping the ball where you're keeping the ball and you're moving from like the halfway line to literally the opponent's 60-yard box. And then there's keeping the ball where you're literally almost just staying at the halfway line because you're going from the back line to the midfield,
Yeah.
back to the back line, to the midfield,
But-
back to the back line.
But
It's
again,
pointless.
I just said that we've done half of it. Now we need to figure out the
Yeah.
other
So
half.
that's my criticism though, is that I don't think he got the balance right of the team because of that front line he picked. We were only gonna ping pong midfield, defense, midfield. Like we couldn't progress.
But then
We couldn't move up the pitch because we didn't have the front line to keep the ball.
no, we just don't have a front line of
Do
quality.
you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying to an extent, but we don't have a front line to do. We didn't have. There's nobody. And even when he tried, he brought on Xerxes.
Yeah. So my point is if he had played Anthony fullback and played Ahmad and Xerxes in the front line with Bruno, I think overall would have been a better balance. I think we would have been able to move from the halfway line to the opponent's
I don't think
box.
so because I think the little part that we kept, we couldn't see the ball. Anthony don't help that. Anthony and Dalot don't help that. We couldn't keep the ball in the first half.
Anthony can keep the ball for sure.
No. You're not listening. I didn't say Anthony. I said we couldn't as a team.
Yeah, but I'm saying we couldn't with what we put out there. I'm saying with a better balance. If we had played Anthony fullback and Ahmad and Xerxes up front, we would have been able to do it better.
Anthony, Johnny Evans, Ericsson trio is absolutely horrendous. It's horrendous.
Well, yeah, but we did do it, bro, because we had like 70% in the second half. We did do it between the back.
We didn't do it. When did Anthony get on the pitch playing left wing back?
No. I'm saying with the back line we had and the midfield we had.
So it's the second half. It worked to the point. So we kept the ball well.
Yeah. But only between those two lines.
Yeah, so and that's half the battle. And we got to progress the ball back. I hear you. Yeah, we got to progress the ball back. But again, that's something the manager has to address. I've said this.
Yeah, but that's why. But I'm saying that he got it wrong because I'm saying with the team that he put out, we were able to progress it. Let's just say with 2 out of the 3 lines, we're able to progress or keep the ball. But I'm saying if he had played Anthony fullback and then Ahmad and Xerxes up front, I think we could have done it.
You would have played Ahmad, Xerxes, and Rashford. Yeah.
No, Ahmad, Xerxes, and Bruno.
Okay.
Or even Rashford. Even Rashford.
Okay.
Even Rashford.
No, I'm just asking. But even when Xerxes got on, it didn't change. Because like I've been saying to you, our attack stinks. And you got to figure that out. And it's going to take more than one game.
Yeah.
And I've been saying this. Yeah. That's not an excuse. I still want us to win 4 out of our next 5.
Yeah.
And we don't win 4 out of our next 5. I'm crashing on everybody.
What do you think, though, of these throwing players under the bus? Because, I mean, unless I'm getting the quotes wrong, but I heard that he made a comment about complaining about Xerxes not getting in the box.
He didn't complain. He just said Xerxes needs to get in the box more.
Yeah, but, I mean, don't you think that's kind of like throwing him under the bus?
No. If he would have said Xerxes shit and can't move, then I'd be like, that's throwing him under the bus. Like, what are we talking about?
Don't you think it's this? I think it's
no. It's not the same because if he would have said Xerxes overweight and can't run and needs to get his fat ass in the box, that's throwing him under the bus. Xerxes needs to get in the box. I'm all for fair critique. Oh yeah, to YMY, I need to change the name of this. I'm going to change it because I put fan calling show, but I'm just going to call it Talk Your Ish debate series so people don't call in. So my apologies to people. I explained it at the very start, but it's cool. But yeah, as I was saying. What was I saying? Yeah. Like, no, I don't think it's throwing him under the bus. I think that's I think that's just very sensitive. It's extremely sensitive. Get in the box more. The players were overthinking.
The players overthinking is better because that's the whole team.
Like, the players overthinking, but I'm saying I put it in the same bracket. Bruno likes to play the longer ball. I had to play him short. Fuck these lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You want to defend these? Fuck him. Couldn't care less.
No, I'm not defending him. It's just that I was surprised
Yeah,
because
that's-
before he came in, he was like, wouldn't put any player under the bus, blah blah blah.
He didn't
So I
throw
was
him
a
under
bit
the bus, though.
surprised 'cause-
Do you know what thrown under the? You know what thrown under the bus means?
Yeah, it's
not
kind of
thrown
like
under the
putting
bus.
the blame on someone.
That's not thrown under the bus. It's an
Fair enough,
accurate.
okay.
It's accurate critique. What are you talking about? It's accurate critique. Xerxes needs to get in the box more. We need to do this more. This player needs to do that more. What are we talking about? Like, I don't get this. You said this in the chat too. Oh, he's throwing him under the bus. Yeah, he talked about Garnacho's decision making. Was that throwing Garnacho under the bus?
Yeah, I thought so. Actually,
It's
like,
not.
I just think it's unnecessary.
It's not.
Or maybe
He
not
might need a wake-up
unnecessary.
call.
Maybe not unnecessary, but contradictory. Because I feel like he said he wouldn't really do that. What did he
No,
mean
he
when
said
he
he
said he
wouldn't.
wouldn't throw players under the bus?
It means
Well,
I
how
don't
do you define that?
exactly what it means in regards to
Okay, what's an example of that?
heavily over the top criticism or unfair criticism.
What's heavy?
What's heavy?
What's
Hey,
heavily over the
Xerxes.
top?
Hey, Xerxes absolutely woeful. I don't know why we signed him. He needs to get in the box to score more goals, or I'm going to sell him. That's it.
Nah, bro, come on, that's like extreme.
Yeah,
There are a
that's
lot
what
of
did I
things-
say? Over the top criticism,
right.
but that I'm exaggerating to make a point. But that would be it along the lines of it. You know what I'm saying? If he would have said, "Hey, like Mourinho said about Shaw, it was his body and my brain." That's unfair. That's over the top. Xerxes, my attacking midfielder needs to get in the box more. My 6'4" attacking midfielder, or my 6'4" 10 needs to get in the box more.
All right, I guess it depends the way you said it as well, which I haven't seen, so let me not comment.
Well, like, so that to me is not throwing him under the bus. Stated the obvious. Maybe it's a motivational
Depends how he
tactic.
said it.
So
Nah,
yeah, like
maybe.
what we talking about here, like it's really not that big of a deal. What we doing?
Maybe.
Yeah. Like what we doing, it's not Garnacho's decision making needs to be better. Garnacho's decision making. I don't know if he did indeed say that, but cool. You know why? I'm saying fuck him up. These men deserve this. He's lucky he's being nice about it. If it was me, I'd be much more harsh. He's pleasant. He's being very pleasant about it, to be honest. Considering what how these players have performed. What are we talking about? Have you enjoyed the season so far, Timmy?
It's been horrible, man.
There we go then. And that's largely. Have you enjoyed watching us?
No.
Have you enjoyed the players' performances?
No.
So fuck him.
Except a couple.
What you doing?
Maz has been up. Well, not unbelievable.
doing?
He's been really good.
So fuck him. You here talking about one decision he made that you don't like and want to crash it on him.
I still don't get what he's
All
trying to
this
do.
for one decision, yo. One decision. Was you Ten Hag out?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like,
Go on. What was you gonna say?
For
All
him.
this for one decision. It's one decision.
no, I just don't really get what he's trying to do, but we'll see. Maybe
It's
I'll
one
catch
game.
up.
What did you not
Like
see?
his style. Like,
How did you not see a style?
tactically.
How
What
did
is he
you
trying
not
to
see a
do?
style?
What is he? What is he? A high press and keep the ball.
Yes.
What's he trying to do actually?
That's exactly what you just said it. Yes. Did you not see Johnny
So
Evans in their half?
you're basically saying he's a Pep. Like he's got the same
I don't know what
philosophy.
I don't know what Pep's on right now because that man ain't won a game in 2 months. So I can't even claim that. But yes, how the hell you didn't see a style? I have no idea. Did you not want Amorim or something?
I don't really have an opinion because I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't
First,
really
but the
watch
point
that.
I'm making is yes, that is the style. You said it. I didn't even have to say it. I could see that what he was trying to do. This is why I seen 5 players inside their 18 yards from their goal. This is why I see Johnny
Okay, so
Evans
what's-
repeatedly in their half.
Okay, give me your best 11 without a transfer window, like when everyone's available.
Oh, fucking hell. I hate these teams. I hate this team. Onana, Euro.
Just
I'm going to do it. Delete Martinez.
Yeah.
Wing backs. Maserati right wing back,
Okay.
Malacia left wing back. Casemiro, Agate, Maino, Diallo, Rashford.
Okay. Fair enough.
Bear in mind, I don't like that team whatsoever. I'd sell them all if I could. But I don't like the team. So, and there are chats asking, when did you become Ten Hag out?
A long time ago, bro. Literally like the second season.
Cool.
Like early second season when you just started doing weird stuff. Like at Anfield, the 7-0, Verhorst in the 10, playing Cam, Bruno on the left. Just weird stuff. He had a lot of weird decisions. I think Verhorst played like in a midfield 3 at some point. I just got pissed off with those.
And I've changed it, people, to debate show because it's a debate thing. But big up for the super chat, Kelvin, man. Big up. But I know you lot. It says fan calling show.
But yeah, second season.
I'm gonna change I'm gonna change the background as well. So yeah, in regards to that team, yeah, I don't like it. I think it's got holes in it. I think it's got many problems. But however, it's the best that's the best they can get. However, he has to figure it out. And I've been saying this. I just don't get you crashing on him for the one decision that you don't like. You're gonna be crashing on him all season long because he's gonna make decisions you don't like. Every game, you're gonna pick an 11 you don't like.
I'm still backing him.
Don't sound like it. Don't sound like it. We're doing the show because of you talking bad about him. This show came about because of you talking about him. We've been here 2 years, so don't do that.
I'm just being critical, bro. It's
nah, no Dallo, Sheik. Nah, no Dallo.
Pushing him
up. Run me some PNP down that side. No Dallo. Plus, that's my preference in terms of balance. Left-footed left wing back, right-footed right wing back. Well, he may think different, as we've seen with Diallo. As we've seen with Diallo and Dallo, because he played players on the wrong side, so to speak. But yeah, that's why we do.
Do you think Ugarte is a key player for him?
Who?
Do you think Ugarte is a key player for him?
I'd presume so, because he adds what he spoke about, physicality.
How are we
and
going
the
to
manager spoke about that
thing with him then?
Because you can bypass him. You can play, just keep the ball and take it 5 yards. We play possession with him against Ipswich.
I don't think we have the players to afford to bypass him.
Yeah, we can, because we did it. We literally did it against Ipswich. We dominated the ball with him on the pitch.
In a useless way, though. Yeah.
But that's not because of Agate.
It's different.
That's not because of Agate. That's the players around him. I'm not looking for Agate to progress the ball. He's there for a different reason. You're there to add the physicality.
If there wasn't a time thing, I would ask you, what team have you seen? What team have you ever seen that dominated the ball, bypassing one of their midfielders like Ugarte?
When I say bypass, I'm saying you don't have to utilize him like that. He wins the ball back and gives it 5 yards. Agate's
which team is?
Okay, I said it. You don't have to scratch that. You don't have to bypass him. Agate's technically good enough to play in a possession-based team.
I don't agree. But it's
okay, cool. You don't agree. You don't think Thierry Henry's fast. So here we are. Well, surprise. What you talking about? You don't think Thierry Henry one of the quickest players ever? You know what I'm saying? You don't think Thierry Henry one of the quickest players we've ever seen? Well,
as long as I'm not clipped, people will be able to go back and see the context.
Yeah, people, this is live. So this is on here. You don't think that, for those that don't know, Tammy told me that Thierry Henry wasn't fast. That's what man said to me. Thierry Henry was not fast, was not an athlete. This is what this man said.
What context?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, go on and explain the context. Go on, explain the context. Go on. I'm not gonna say nothing.
I said I would say no, because even though theoretically we all know he was quick, he didn't have the willingness, and I don't think he did it that much or had that preference. So within a system, I would say no, for the sake of system discussion.
Is that the explanation? I just didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah,
I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to cut you. I didn't want to cut you off. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Thierry Henry wasn't fast.
That's facts.
You heard it here. But yeah, in regards to it, he wasn't. Yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, what is theoretical about seeing speed? Kelvin, I don't know. What is theoretical about seeing speed? Kelvin wants to know. He asked in the chat.
Having it, because there's a difference between having it and actually using it.
So, and he also said that Henry didn't use his speed to help Arsenal win
Bro,
games.
Henry wasn't on the shoulder of the last defender. That's not true.
He was never on the. So Henry was never on the shoulder of the last defender in any Arsenal game.
I didn't say he was never, but you wouldn't just when you say Thierry Henry, that's not what comes to mind. Be honest, is it?
No.
Thank you. That's it. End of story.
How is that it? Did he use it? Look at this.
Barely ever, like you. Barely ever, like you.
It wasn't no barely ever.
Flawless. Be honest. Be honest. Do you agree with that? Be honest.
Yeah,
no, just be honest.
I use everything actually.
Oh,
no, I don't agree with it.
Really?
No, I don't agree with it. No, I don't agree with it. I think he was everything. He did everything. He did everything. But he ran in behind.
Yeah.
So this barely ever was crazy.
But when you hear Thierry Henry, what comes to mind? What picture comes to mind?
Him scoring fantastic goals. Him cutting in on the left hand side and killing it.
Usually.
Him cutting in on the left hand side. Him using it. All right, I'll explain it. Him using his speed and athleticism to cut inside and bend it. Henry finish.
Yeah, but it was usually him starting at a starting point and moving with the ball at his feet and then arriving to finish. It wasn't him running off the ball and getting onto the end of something. Was it?
No, it wasn't. But he still did that. He did it. What are we talking about? No,
okay,
he wasn't no hardly ever.
Yes or no, he hardly ever did.
No, he wasn't no hardly ever. No, he wasn't no hardly ever. Man scored hundreds of goals. What are we talking about out here? All this to prove a point to try crash and
okay, be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Out of all his goals, what percentage would you say was him running off the ball and getting on the end of it and just finishing?
Probably
like
about 30%.
Box crashing or something.
Probably about 30%.
Yeah, thank you. You're proving my point.
30% is a third.
I would go less.
It's one third. 30% is one third. Look at this. Through ball from Bergkamp was literally what they did consistently.
Yeah, but that's literally those sometimes.
Oh,
happen,
right,
but
okay,
that's in
now
a short
it's different.
space. That's a short combination. It's not the same.
No, it's different, man. All right, sure.
You make it seem like there's a difference between
Henry.
combining.
Was Henry athletic?
There's a difference between combining.
Was Henry athletic? Was Henry athletic?
Space, you get onto it and you
finish. Was Henry athletic?
Versus a long sprint from a centre back and you chasing it down.
Was Henry
Those
athletic?
Are two different things.
Yeah, they are two different things. No one's disputing that. You're making points, so he was athletic. Yeah. Okay, because that was the original point we was making, people, in regards to it. Because I was saying you need athletes, and he was trying to tell me about Arsenal Invincibles, and I'm saying Henry's an athlete, which he is, because he had great balance, he had great agility, he was strong. There are athletic qualities. Two of my big bros are both athletes. They are qualities they have. One's a long jumper, one's a sprinter. What are we talking about here?
Well, bro, to be honest, you kind of like on fraud watch for saying Rashford should be in the starting front line. So we'll see how that goes.
How am I on fraud watch for saying that? When I don't rate him, Temi. I don't rate him.
You still chose that out of all the options, bro.
Because I think all the options are shit.
Doesn't matter. You still picked one. You still picked it over my 3 2-3 players. You still picked it over my
because it's imbalanced.
Yeah, so you're on a fraud watch, bro.
All right, cool. Yeah, and you're on fraud watch for saying Henry's not quick. You know what I'm saying? And that's been clipped and everyone's got that now. So anytime they see you in the chat, they'll be like, that's that guy that said Henry's not fast. So well done. This is why I do this. Because you can't dance around it here on the stream. It's easy to do it in the chat, people. Easy to talk rubbish in the chat. I'm saying, man would have never said Henry's not quick in the chat.
The real ones know
what? That Henry, they don't. There's no one that agrees with you. Get me someone find me someone who agrees with you, who's not got your surname.
The real one.
Find me someone who agrees with you, who's not got your surname.
I don't have to.
Yeah. You're the only person on planet Earth that thinks that. Same way there's someone out there that thinks Vanilla Ice is a better rapper than Eminem, and that person's Vanilla Ice. Don't make it right.
The people that know the context know. If you know, you know.
People who think Lil Pump's a better rapper than Jadakiss. Here we are. What are we doing out here? There's people out there that think Michael Jackson's not one of the greatest musicians to walk the face of the earth. Don't make it right. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Bro, since you back in Rashford, you gotta give us.
I'm not backing Rashford, so don't put words in my mouth. I'm not backing Rashford. I'm not backing Rashford. I'm not backing Rashford. I'm not backing Rashford, so don't put words in my mouth. I'm not backing Rashford.
Did you not say?
I'm not
Did
backing
you or
Rashford.
did you not say it should be in the starting lineup?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's backing.
I did say
So
that.
how
That's
many
not backing
goals this
Rashford.
season?
No, it's not. No, it's not. So don't put words in my
It
mouth.
is.
No, it's not.
It's the same thing. Man.
No, it's not. It's not the same thing. It's the same thing in Temmie's world. In the real world, it doesn't matter like that. That's in your world, yes. In the real world, it doesn't mean that. In your world, it does. Cool. That's Temmie's
Literally the
world. Hey,
same
you
thing.
can. It's Temmie's world. You can say and abide by whatever rules. But what I say
It's
is
okay
not
to feel a bit of shame.
It's
man.
okay. It's okay. Say that again.
It's okay to have a bit. It's okay to have a bit of shame. I know.
It's not. If I rated him, I would say so. I was the one who was crashing on this attack in the summer. I was the one who crashed on this attack in the summer and said we're not doing anything. I can't remember what you said because we never spoke. Where did you have us? Where did you have us finishing in the summer? Where did you have us finishing in the summer?
Under 10 Hag, like 10th.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you don't rate the attack either. Fairs. But yes, I'm not backing anybody. I don't back none of these players. Let me just clarify that. I'm not you. Oh, he's throwing him under the bus. I leave that to you. Oh, don't say that about Xerxes. I don't do what you tell me.
I didn't say that, bro.
Throwing him under the bus. Did you not say that?
Now I asked you, do you think he was? I didn't say he was.
Do you think he is then? Because you said it sounds contradictory.
It depends how you said it.
I saw it depends. So if it depends, why did you ask me? If you don't know, why did you ask me?
Because you might have watched it, or maybe you've seen it.
I didn't. So why not ask me if I watched it?
Because there's tone and stuff.
So why not ask me if I watched it? No. I didn't know about it until you brought it up. You told me about it.
Fair enough.
What do you not here?
All I know is you're on Fraud Watch. And I won't forget.
Cool. And the chat won't forget that you said Henri's not fast. So here we are. Heard it here, people. And Sarcasm City TV from Tech Temmie. How you call Tech Temmie? Actually, I understand why you call Tech Temmie. It makes sense. It makes sense. Go on. What are you going to say?
How? Now tell me, bro. You can't do that.
Tell you what? I didn't hear your question. What did you say? Go on.
No, but how does it make sense, though, that my name's Tech Temmie?
Oh, because you like technical ballers.
Okay.
Facts. Is that correct?
Not actually. It's okay.
No, is it not? Oh, do you work in tech?
No, I don't. But I like the photo.
Okay, first I knew. Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's cool. Nah, Kingy kind of rates Bruno, but doesn't rate Bruno at the same time. But kind of rates Bruno.
Bro, before I forget,
go on, hit me.
Since you back Rashi, how many is he getting this season? How many goals is your boy getting this season?
This guy a joke, man. Not many. I'll tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? Tell you that much. But I say, hey, he'll get more game. Okay, you know what I say? He'll get more game time and score more goals than your boy Xerxes anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that much. There we go. But just to clarify to people in the chat, I'm being facetious about Xerxes. I actually think the criticism of him is over the top. He's got criticism of him is over the top. You got to do better, man. He just needs to move with more purpose and intent, man. You got to move with some zip. You're looking real João Felix out there, man. You're looking real João Felix.
You still haven't given your boy a number.
Who's mad? Because you keep calling him that. Ask me the question properly and I'll answer.
Your boy.
Right, cool. You don't want to ask the question normally, then I'll just bypass it. There we go. Like, ask the question normally and then I answer the question. I'm not you. I don't do questions. Like, theoretically, I think maybe in this universe, he could score 6. Maybe in this one, 16. Or maybe if the grass is green and the stars align with that constellation, they can do that. And Saturn turns to Mars, we can do that. Or maybe with his zodiac sign, because he's a Gemini, he can do well in the Gemini when it's Gemini season. Some rubbish you would say.
Anything that does better than backing Rashi, bro. I don't have no reason to feel. I don't back anybody. To be ashamed.
I don't back anybody. None of these players, I should say. That's what I'd say. I don't back none of these players.
Okay, but how many is he getting?
Who?
Rash.
Probably about 8. Probably about 8. What are you
All
about
right.
8?
Your boy's getting 8.
How many Zerks he get? How many Zerks he get? How many of your boys
He's not
Zerks he get?
even. If he starts
Huh?
like every game from now on.
Yeah.
If he starts every game from now on.
If he starts every game from now, absolutely.
I think he can. I think all comps.
Premier League
Rashi's
only.
8's all comps.
No, I said Premier League. I don't do all comps because you can come up against a non-league opposition. Or League One or League Two.
If he starts every game from now till the end, I think you could get. I think you could get like 10, which is much better than Rashi, because Rashi's only on the field to do that. Whereas Xerxes, it's not really. It's like
so you think Xerxes getting, if he plays 26? Is it 26 games left? 26 matches left.
It's actually an unfair question because you can't judge Xerxes like that. You can't. Judge
I don't judge him like that. I just asked the question. I don't think he's a GM. I don't think he's a GM.
No, facts.
I don't think he's a GM. I know what's crazy. The manager sees him as a 10 as he brought him on, because that's where he played. Because he's not going to play him as a 9. Because like the manager spoke about, hey, this team lacks physicality. No, who's head honcho of that? All of them. He lacks physicality, like Xerxes. He's a prime example of what we're talking about. Yeah, our King, we know he ain't getting 10, but I was let Temi lie. You know what I'm saying, to himself and everybody. No, he ain't Xerxes, he ain't getting no 10.
What do you mean he's not getting 10? Why not? Did you see his finish in that first game? That's a
quality finish. You know why he's not getting 10? Not only because
you
of
see
his
that once, and you know you can get 10.
Okay, I'll explain why he's not getting 10. Not only because of his inability, because I don't think he's a goal scorer. The players around him are rubbish. That's also why.
Yeah, fair enough.
And he's a facilitator. He's not a goal scorer.
Fair enough.
He's not in his MO. That's why the manager's coming out like, you said throwing him under the bus. No, the manager's getting the box because I need you to score more goals. How are you going to score 10 goals if you don't get in the box?
Why don't you just put a runner on the wing and start Xerxes? You don't rate him.
Because we don't play wingers. It's 2 10s and a striker.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
And what did you say? Put a runner on the ring. So you're saying put an outlet. Who would you play?
No, why don't you put an outlet? Why don't you put an outlet in the inside 10?
Who's the outlet in the inside 10?
And then have Xerxes as a striker. Like Ganacho or something. No, I'm just asking. I wouldn't do it. I'm just asking. I wouldn't do it. I'm just asking why you don't. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, why do you favor Rashford over Xerxes as a center forward?
You know why? I'm going to close out this show shortly. Because I need an outlet. Even if it's a bad outlet, I need an outlet. He is the best of a bad bunch. We have 2 outlets. We have Hoyland.
So you prefer your
Rashford. We need.
So you prefer your outlet to be down the middle. You prefer your outlet to be down the middle.
In a 10, yes. My personal preference, yes. Because if he stretches the pitch, it then gives my 10s more room to operate in. Hence why with Henry, who wasn't quick and never ran off the shoulder, somehow created space for Dennis Bergkamp. Non-quick Henry created space for Bergkamp and Pires.
That's an assumption.
Youngberg also did that. No, it's not an assumption. I witnessed it with my own eyes. So it ain't no assumption. I watched it. And you have tech. I mean, you have YouTube. You can type in Thierry Henry Arsenal goals. You can type in Bergkamp Henry goals. I mean, Arsenal Bergkamp goals. Same with Youngberg. Same with Robert Pires. And watch.
How old are you actually?
There's hella comps. Yeah, there's hella comps. And I don't even need to go back and watch the comps. You know why? Because I watched games. I've seen it repeatedly. Next thing you're going to tell me Anelka wasn't fast. This is what you're going to tell me next. That Anelka wasn't fast.
He was. At some point, yeah.
Say that again?
When he was by the time he got to Chelsea, he was 2 feet though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about not prime Nicholas, younger Nicholas Anelka. That's what I'm talking about.
Fair enough. He was
younger Nicholas Anelka. That's the one I'm talking about.
He was quick.
What are we doing out here? Lightning. Yeah, Mongazy. He said Henry wasn't fast, but he watched him, so I don't know. Man, we move. And yes, outlet on the inside 10.
people don't have the context. Of course, why can't
They
you have
don't.
an outlet on the inside 10? Of course you can. All that needs to happen is the center forward drops deep and the supposed inside 10 uses the space to get in behind. It's
But
not
you said
rocket science.
Garnacho, but Garnacho was the one you didn't want to see in the lineup and said it was a big mistake.
Yeah. I wouldn't go with that balance still. I'd still go with whatever. Either way, I'd go with the 3 2-feet players.
Because you're picking individuals. I'm just going to profiles. That's the difference.
No, I'm not going through individuals.
You
I
are going
just
off individuals.
genuinely think that that's a balance that can work.
Okay,
Will
cool.
it
But it's
need more
never worked
patience?
before.
I still think it can, though.
Cool. This is why you're not the manager, but here we are. Would you sign a striker in the summer?
I wouldn't yet because I just feel like we've
You would
wasted
not
too much.
sign a striker in the summer.
No, I'd get a midfielder first. We've wasted too much money on that in consecutive windows.
Forget that.
Unless
Do
we solve
Manchester
it.
United?
Unless we solve it.
Do Manchester? Forget that. You're in charge. Do Manchester United need a striker?
I wouldn't do business like that, man.
Do you think, looking at our squad, that Manchester United need a striker? Forget
I do think
money.
so, yes. But I
You
feel
think
like we need
Manchester
to
United?
suck it up.
Okay. I didn't
For
say
now.
prioritize, even if it's fourth on your list. Do
Yeah, I
you
do, of
think,
course.
Tammy, Manchester United
Of
need a
course, we don't
striker?
have one.
Okay. Is there a
course, they all
preference for
should.
a striker you want? Is there a name out there? Is there someone you want that you go, oh, go get him, I rate him, like a Cunha or Jokeres or whoever, or Tony or
To be
whoever?
genuinely honest with you, and my answer might be a bit because I don't watch that much of the other leagues.
That's cool. I'm the
But
same.
within what I'll go Cunha for sure. I think he's the man right now.
Is Cunha closer to Rashford or is he closer to Xerxes?
I think he's closer to
Profile
Xerxes.
wise.
I think he's closer to Xerxes.
Hey,
It's
chat,
almost in the middle. I think
chat,
it's 60,
profile wise.
60.
Is Cunha closer to Rashford or is he closer to Xerxes?
I think he's 60% Xerxes.
Let me know, chat. Yeah, I'll still run it, Sheik. I'm still gonna run it. Closer to Xerxes. Xerxes. Who else? What you lot telling me? Now, let me ask you a question. Is Cunha an athlete?
I think he's got some attributes, but I wouldn't define him that way. I think he's a ball player.
You don't. So you don't think he's a? You know, you can have both. You don't think Cunha is an athlete?
No, I think he's both. I think he's almost. I think he's
so
one
he's
of the
athletic.
guys who.
So if he's both, then that means he's an athlete.
closest
Just
to being-
because. Let me just clarify this. Just because you're an athlete, don't mean you're not technically good. You can be both.
Yeah, he's probably 55%.
So he's an athlete. He has athletic attributes.
Yeah.
Correct? Is he quick,
he's
strong?
He's quick. He's
Yeah,
strong.
Agility, good balance. Is he an outlet?
He's got good stamina as well.
Is he an
I
outlet?
feel like he can go through.
Okay, he's good stamina. Is he an outlet?
I don't think he really wants to. I don't think he has the willingness.
Forget what you want. Forget what you want to be. Could he be an outlet? If Amarim signed him and they sit down and he says, "Yo, I need you to run in behind and be an outlet and stretch defenses, etc." Do you think he could do it effectively?
I think he could, but I don't think that's his best. Even though I don't think it's his best, I think he could.
Okay,
but
cool.
I don't think it's the best way to use him.
So if Xerxes this, Xerxes that, how come you're not going for a profile of Xerxes if you want all ball to feet players?
No, I'm not saying that's what I would do if I had limited opportunity. I'm saying that's what I would do with what we have right now. It's like,
but it's not what you want going. Yeah, but it's not what you want going forward.
No. I'm going forward. Idealistically, I'm like you. I prefer to have an outlet. But I feel that with what we have right now, damage control wise.
See, so you prefer to have an outlet. So why are you not understanding?
Yeah.
You just said you'd prefer to have an outlet. So why is it so hard to understand why I would want an outlet?
No, I think we missed the part where we should have provided like the major context. Like I meant with what we have right now, like damage control.
Yeah,
so if you're asking me,
what did I say? What did I say about
your boy Rash?
And what did I say? And why? And what did I say?
He said you have your boy Rash as an outfit.
Yeah, I'd have Rashford up top.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. That's all. But it's
I
okay.
know you don't agree with it. You don't think Henry's fast, so here we are. Of course you don't agree with it. Here we go.
With what we have right now, I'd suck it up and have 3 2-feet players.
Cool.
Idealistically, I'm like you. I'd have an outlet.
Yeah, in the ideal. So that's why I'm running with it, because I don't rate our ball to feet players. Yeah, I did say Mungezi that I'd get a striker in January. Would you sign a striker in January? If you could get Cunha in January, would you?
Oh, absolutely. What a player, I think.
It's crazy. Yeah, he says that, King, because you got no other leg to stand on. That's what that is. Or like I said, all this stemmed from because Diallo played right wing back. I'm sorry. All right, but anyways, tell me anything else you want to add?
Just one question in this window: if you had to go for a ball playing midfielder or a striker, which one would you go for?
January coming up.
Or actually, let me say this. Let me just say, if you had in the January coming up, what position? If you could only sign one position, what would you cover? What did you try to fill up?
I wouldn't do one position with multiple. I'm not doing just one. Why are we at just one?
If you had to
We're
choose,
Manchester United Football Club. Why would we have to choose?
but if you
Explain
had
to me
have
why that's a thing. Why is that? Why is that a thing? It's not.
We've spent a lot.
We're gonna have to spend more. Spend smart. Go spend like we have a Maserati. We need to go do that. That's how we have to spend smart. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I accept that, but then I'll answer the other question. If you had to pick one, what do you think is the biggest priority?
Why am I picking?
What do you think is the biggest missing puzzle?
Striker.
Maybe it's a bit of an unfair question, but okay.
It's not unfair. It's striker. Because our strikers stink. Our nines are woeful. Disagree.
So is our midfield.
I think it's functional. I disagree.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, fair.
Casemiro is
I don't think he's hurt, but that's fair. I disagree with that. I think it's functional.
Sorry if somehow Casemiro sees this, but yeah, sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. It's your opinion on Casemiro. I think it's functional. I think him and Agate is functional.
If you want to be top 8, yeah?
Top 6? I think we can be top 6. It's not. We're 4 points off it now. And we've been woeful.
I mean this midfield specifically. I think it's a top 8 midfield pair. It's probably the 8th or 9th
probably
best in the league.
But then the defense is very good, so then that's how it balances it out. You don't have to be the best. It just got to be functional. You don't have to be the best. This is what you're doing individually. You don't have to be the best. How does it function?
It's just difficult, because we grew up watching Carrick and Scholes and Hargreaves and Anderson.
Yeah, but we know that
even Fletcher was a baller. Yeah, now we got to watch these. But anyways, bro, I'll be watching you on the Fraud Watch with your boy.
What's the Fraud Watch? Show?
I'll be keeping an eye on you and your boy Rash. Let's see how it goes.
But yeah, to anyone who, what's it called? This is what these shows is like. So when I just see someone talking in the chat, I'll be like, all right, come, let's do the show. So props to Temi for doing this, because he's the first person who was like, yeah, I'll call in. I see people, it's not that bad. Nobody died. I'm saying nobody's falling out. I'm saying there's no beef. Call in. That's why I did this. Because Temi was in the chat before on the Man United. So all right, let's get to it. I was like, let's get to it. I'm saying, like, that's it. So yeah, anything else you want to add, man? Apart from Thierry Henry not being fast, you can still retract that if you want. If you want to run with it, run with it.
Nah, bro. If the real people know, they know.
The real people know, they know. What does that mean?
The people who.
So actually, let me ask you before you go. Your expectations from Amorim and the
context.
Team. Yeah, context. What's your expectations from Amorim and the team this season, the rest of the season? So league positions, how we play, same with the cup competitions as well.
My expectations or what I think is going to happen?
Your expectation first.
My expectation is we start being on the front foot, dominating games, creating chances, more combinations, just showing more quality have more quality starting games. So basically, fix up the team selection because I think there's issues there. More quality, obviously more goals. Just be more professional, man. I think that ties into quality. Like we look unprofessional a lot of the time because of the lack of quality. As simple and mean as that may sound, but yeah. And yeah, in terms of league position, I expect at least now that the season's messed up already, top 6. Europa League, I don't expect anything because I know what it is, how it's like on those nights, and I just don't think we have the quality. So I don't expect much.
Okay, so
Probably
yeah,
not.
so what do you forget your expectations? What do you think will happen?
I think we'll finish like 8th, and he'll keep playing Garnacho and Rashford.
So you
We'll
don't think
probably
he'll drop
finish
him?
Yeah, I actually don't. For some weird
Yeah, you
reason.
said that before that you did. That's why I asked first. So you don't think he drops him? You think we finish 8th? What do you think we do in the Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup?
I think Europa League we lose most of our games.
No, so what? Do we not finish in the top 8? Do we get through? Do we go out in the round of 16 quarterfinals?
I think probably round of 16.
How to be? Cool.
We go out. I think so. I don't think we'll get past that. I
So
think
we go out in the round of 16 in Europa League. Cool.
Yeah, I just don't think the squad's up to it. Honestly, we can barely think of where we're gonna score a goal in the match. So yeah,
we got your guy Xerxes there. We'll be
FA
fine.
Cup.
Go get minutes. We got your man Xerxes, man. He's yet to hit double figures in senior football.
Actually, if you went for my friend 9, I think it would be very different.
Cool. But right, so you said 8th in the league, round of 16 in Europa League, League Cup. What do you think we do? We got Spurs away in the quarterfinals.
This is based on Garnacho and Rashford front line. Yeah.
Cool, because you think he's going to do that. So we can only say you can only go off what you think will happen. That's fair. League Cup quarterfinal. Do we go out to Spurs? Do we make a semi-final? We make a final? What do you think?
League Cup, we can probably do a quarterfinal. Probably a quarterfinal, or maybe a semi, and then FA Cup. If there's a round of 16, I'll go for that. I don't think we'll do all this season at all, and a lot of that is on Ineos. I think they really made quite a bit of a mess over the summer. So
I agree with that.
Sancho.
Yeah, they made a mess. Don't even talk to me about Ineos.
Yeah, for me personally, Ugarte as well, not what we needed. If we say we want to be a big team that's dictating games, I just don't think it made sense. And then obviously not sorting out. I think Xerxes ended up not being such a great signing. Not because he's not a good player, but there clearly isn't a willingness to go in that direction. So I don't see what the point was of signing.
A willingness to go in what direction?
The ball playing combinations, techie players all over the pitch direction. He's got no support.
Oh, that man just messed up. That man just messed up. That's all.
Yeah, it's all kind of like the Onana signing. If you know you're not gonna play that way, you're not going in that direction.
Yeah, but that's over there. But yeah, in regards to Mangezi said it's been one game. You're just seeing this is one game, and Temi thinks all this because he's seeing Garnacho and Rashford that he's going to play him all the time.
No, it's not that it's one game. You asked me what I think based on what I think he's going to do going forward. Right?
Yeah. So. And that's what you think he's going to do, which is crazy to me that you don't think he's going to switch it up. But here we are.
Why didn't
you don't think he's going to switch up?
Why didn't he do it already?
One
even
game.
A fan,
it's one game.
Why did he? No, but why did he start that way?
Because he ran. We've been through this, so we ain't going back over old ground. Because he thought that was what was best at that moment with what he had, which I understand. Again, you don't think it is. You think Anthony. You think Anthony at wing back. You think Anthony at wing back's the answer. Cool. He didn't.
I say put confidence in who you think's your fundamental attacking player. and your important players don't mess it up. You can switch everything else around, move everything else around, but not with your main man.
Not if you
Which
have,
I
not
think
if you
Ahmad
just,
is. Which I think
not if
Ahmad
you
is.
don't, not in the circumstances that
Rather,
was on.
rather promote from the under-16s or something first to a left back
In your first game,
rather than.
yeah, that doesn't make sense. No, you don't throw
Well,
a youth
obviously,
player into that.
I'm over exaggerating, but
No.
do everything else before you put the guy who's supposed to be a main attacker at fullback. That's just my opinion.
He didn't play fullback; he played wingback. Just to clarify.
Same thing.
No, it's not the same.
Same
Oh,
thing.
so we're going back to that. Okay, fullback and wingback's the same thing. That's another one. Right back and right wing back is the same formation. There's no context. Like you said, it's the same. So that's another one, people. Thierry Henry's not fast, and right wing back and right back are the same roles. Just to clarify, people.
The real ones, if the real ones know, they know, bro.
Yeah, man. The real ones know, like the real ones know Drake beat Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? And he's right to sue UMG. You know what I'm saying? The real ones know. Huh? Do you think I don't even know if you listen to rap? You think Drake beat Kendrick? You listen to rap?
I don't really, not really.
Don't listen to rap.
Okay. Not to that level where I can comment on.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, in regards to he played. But yeah, you've heard it here, man. Fullback and wingback are two different things, people. So Roberto Carlos and Maldini is in the context of this because it fits your narrative, it fits your lie. So you got.
If you're gonna waste the attacking player, then it's the same thing.
No waste.
It is, bro.
It's not a waste because he was our best player. Was Diallo our best player?
Maybe one of the best.
No, not maybe. Was he our best player?
Probably Maz.
Two questions. Was he our best attacking player?
In his moments, yeah.
Was he the best attacking player in the? Was he the best attacking player in the game? Just yes or no.
Yes, which is what infuriates me more because he should have been more advanced.
Okay,
showed that he
cool. We got there. We got there. You know what I'm saying? Like we got there at the end. We got there, and I actually agree with the latter part. I agree with the latter part. I agree with your latter part, 100%. I agree with your latter part, which I've been saying. I'm just saying I'm more understanding of why you had him there because even though he had him in a role that you have to do more defensive work and you are playing from deeper, it still worked out in regards to him. It still worked out in regards to him. We did not win that game because of Diallo.
I don't think you can really say that, but just maybe say it wasn't horrible, yeah. Because it could have been better. Could have been better.
It could have been more advanced. Maybe. Who knows? That's the biggest.
Or even if we don't know, if it would be, at least put confidence in the guy. Let him know he's your main guy. Don't shift him around early on.
It's one game.
Let him know. Yes,
it's one game.
And it's the first game. It's important.
It's one game.
He should have been conditioning
it's one game.
his mind already.
It's one game. One game, see this typical emotional fans, man. One game and we talking like this. Oh, he's got to let him know he's his man. How do we know he don't rate him?
It's obvious otherwise he wouldn't have done what
you don't. Well, let's get there. You don't think Amarim rates Diallo? Is that what you're telling us?
I don't think he rates him as much as he should as an attacker. Otherwise, why else would he put him at fullback?
So you don't. So you don't think. So you don't think he gets in his best. Do you think he don't get in his best 11? Everyone fit. Do you think Amarim picks Diallo as a 10
in the inside 10?
Yeah,
I'm not sure anymore.
So off that one game, so he played him not there. Wait. He played him there. One match he didn't play him, and now you're unsure if Amarim's going to play Diallo as a 10 going forward off of one game.
Yeah.
You know how outrageous that sounds and reactionary that is. After one game.
I don't think it's reactionary.
So do you think he's going to play Diallo? Do you think he's going? Do you think Diallo going to play him as wingback? You think he's going to play him as a wingback?
No, consistently. No, I don't think he'll do that again. No.
So if he's not playing him as a wingback consistently, where's he playing then? Tell me.
Is he going to drop Bruno?
No. I think it'll be those two.
I think it'll
be those two. I think that'll be the 210s.
Ahmad and
Bruno. I think it'll be those two. Or on the flip side, he might play Bruno deeper like he did in the second half.
If it's inside 10s, Ahmad and Bruno, that's fine with me.
So you think he's gonna play him then?
But I'd play that with Xerxes though.
No, but you think you think he's not going? Is he going to play him or is he not?
Okay, I'll be honest. I do think he's gonna play him, but moving forward. But I'm salty that he didn't do it in the first game.
I know you're salty. We can smell the salt.
And I also think part of why he will do it is only because Ahmad actually had a good game in that first game.
Are you surprised Ahmad played well at wingback?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
He's a good footballer, so good footballers can play almost anywhere.
Nah, Kelvin, this is a teachable moment. Big up for the super chat, says Flawless. This brother has to be trolling. You know, this is what I have to deal with. This is the chat in a person. This is the chat. This is how much he don't believe what you're saying, that he thinks you're trolling. I believe you.
Yeah, but
I just think you're traumatized. I think you're just traumatized by Ten Hag. I think most of it. I think
he's talking about Ahmad.
I think he's talking about everything you said, pretty much. Not all of it, but the vast majority.
Fair enough.
Diallo, him not playing Diallo, him not trusting Diallo, Henry not being fast, Henry not being athletic. Those things.
Bro,
all that type of stuff.
You know the context. If the real ones do it.
Yeah, man, keep saying that, man. Keep saying that, man. They don't make it right. But you, like I said, you're going to stand on your wrongness. But this is why I did this show, people. And this is why it went on so long. So you lot see what I have to deal with when someone's going back and forth in the chat. You get people telling you Henry's not fast and athletic.
Are you good at
you don't know more?
Okay, that actually doesn't fit. Are you good at do you hike?
No, I don't do none of that stuff. Hiking, skydiving, nothing. I'm shit scared of heights. None of that stuff.
I'm trying to figure out a way to put this to you.
Go on, what are you trying to ask me?
Are you good at maths?
Terrible. How you don't be watching the channel often, because these men troll me about it all the time.
Okay, are you good at I don't know, bro. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that just because you got the potential for something, it doesn't matter if you don't utilize it much. So if you are fast, if you are an athlete who's quick as a player, it doesn't matter if you're not really doing that in games. So example, myself, even like as a player, I'm pretty quick. I'm not bad. I've got some pace, but you'll never see it on the pitch because I'm not.
And that's your fault.
If you put me in a 100-meter sprint, I can show you some pace.
Yeah,
but if I'm on the pitch, you're not going to see that in the system.
And that's your fault for not utilizing.
I might as well not be quick.
And that's you not utilizing.
But if you had to define me, you probably say I'm not really quick in terms.
That's and that's your fault because Thierry Henry utilized it. You just didn't see it. Everyone else in the world seen it, but you didn't see it. You was watching like this.
Yeah, he used it not in the same way we imagine.
He used it. My point I was making to make the valid point.
Okay, maybe we're just picturing different things. I was picturing the centre back plays a long ball. Or a midfielder.
All of it. I've seen him utilize it all. I've seen him do it all.
Fair enough.
Balls from close, balls from the middle third, balls from long. I've seen it all. I've seen him score great team goals, counter. I've seen him utilize his pace and his athleticism. That's the point I'm making.
You're probably quite right.
I know I'm right.
But you did agree that if someone said his name, you'd think of other things. So you kind of
but that's besides the point. That's nothing to do with the point I was making. The point I was making is he stretched back lines and defenses, which allowed more space for the other players. This is why you couldn't name a team where there's 0 athletes in it that has been successful. There's not one club side. Yeah, you have to go do homework. Notice how I don't have to do homework. I got all my bars here. I ain't got to go home and write. Because everything I say comes from a logical place.
I still think it's possible.
No, again, you're looking to reinvent the wheel. Cool. You're the only person that thinks that. That's why no manager goes that route. All the managers in the world that have been successful, all the goats, none of them think that. Why? Yeah, it's a trend to win trophies.
It's a trend.
Yeah. It's a trend. It's like,
No, it's a
you
trend
know
to
what you're
have
saying. You know
an
what you're
outlet.
saying. You can be world champion without using your jab. That's what you're telling us. You can be world champion without using your jab. That's what you're saying. Nonsense. Use your jab in different ways, but you have a jab.
If the rest of the team is tech,
have
it's
a jab.
definitely possible. That's
You
what
have
I
a
would say.
jab. This is what we're saying. So that's why you're trying to reinvent the wheel. So nobody thinks that apart from you, all the managers. Why do they all think different to you? So you're right and they're all wrong. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's the best way to go. I'm just saying it's possible.
No, I'm saying
you're
saying all the goats are wrong and you're right.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's what
I'm
you're
just
telling
saying
me.
that.
That's exactly what you're saying.
No, I'd
Exactly
probably
what you're
also
saying.
have an outlet. I would probably also have an outlet, but at
Who's
the
the
same
outlet
time,
in
I
yours?
don't think it's.
There's no outlet.
I don't think it's
There's no
impossible.
outlet there. There's no outlet. To be successful
No,
at the
that's
highest
because-
level with no outlet, yes.
That's because I'm picking the better of the worst. I'd rather do that than freaking play Garnacho or Rashford.
And that is
Erasmus.
cool. And like I said to you from the beginning and in the middle, you and other fans can do that nonsense of comparing not good enough to not good enough. I don't do that. I leave that to
Yeah,
you
but
and
you
others
can't
to
do it that way, bro. You gotta put a
Yes,
team
I can.
out.
Well, I choose to. But I can. And I do put a
You gotta
team
put
out
a
there.
team
I did
out.
put a team out. I did put a team out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I just wasn't I'm just not arguing. I'm
it's
just not
not-
arguing for it. I'm just not arguing for it like you. I'm not defending these players like you. Oh, why is he throwing Xerxes under the bus?
Why are you distancing?
Why is he
Why are
throwing
you
Xerxes
distancing
under
yourself
Why is
from
he
your
throwing
boy?
Xerxes under the bus? He said he wouldn't do that.
I like how
I'm
you. I
saying.
like how you pick Rashford, but then you quick to distance yourself from. Interesting.
Say again. Distance myself from who? Who did I distance myself? Who did I distance myself from?
No, you quick to pick him as the best
Pick who?
balance, but then you also quick to Rashford.
Yeah, because I think he's the best profile of that what we have. He's better than Hoyland. And I think Hoyland's rubbish too. If I could sell them both tomorrow, I'd sell them both tomorrow.
And you also think he's better than 3 2-feet players, yeah.
Yes. Unless
Okay.
and
We'll
there's
see
an
how it
exception to
goes.
any rule. If Xerxes was Benzema, throw Benzema in there. Well, guess what? He's not. If you have an exceptional ball to feet player in there, one of the world's best, because Benzema is one of the best strikers I've ever seen. I hear you, yes. But guess what? None of those three are. As much as I rate the other two, none of them are Benzema. So no. Because it's not one rule fits all. But hey, if we had Karim Benzema in it, I'd hear it. But guess what? We don't. But you and many others want to do this nonsense of arguing not good enough versus not good enough. I don't do that.
Don't forget though that Bruno and Ahmed aren't. They are a bit of runners, but it's okay.
There's a difference between running and being an outlet. As a focal point.
Ahmed's not a bad outlet at all.
Don't think he is a bad outlet.
Yeah, so there you
I don't think he's a bad outlet, but then you don't. If he's kicking it, if he's the outlet, then then what's the rest of him doing? Then Bruno and Xerxes are linking up. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Maino and Diallo to link up. That's why I want a runner to create space for those two. Decoy. Do you watch NBA? You an NBA fan? Watch basketball?
Not really, but I mean, I understand the sport.
Oh, you understand it. So you know, like when a player will make a run as a decoy, like the corner boys, they'll call him. That's what I need Rashford to do. Go stand in the corner. Because if he runs in behind and the centre backs drop off, who does that create more space for? The two players we rate in Diallo and Maino. Why is that so difficult to understand? Well, if you have Xerxes, who don't run in behind, the centre backs and the forward line push up. And then Diallo and Maino have less space to run into and not run into, working. I am trying to get Diallo and Maino on the ball. You hear Rashford and think Rashford go, you are there to run. That's it. It's not even a see ball, kick ball, chase ball thing. It's a forget the ball, run the channels. Make sure Diallo
finish.
Make sure.
Is he gonna finish?
No, he probably won't. Have a couple shots. You know who I'm looking to score my goals? Diallo and Maino. Rashford pitching with the odd goal like you did
You think
against
that's
Ipswich.
sustainable? You think that's sustainable?
No, I don't. I just think it's the best we've got. We don't have a sustainable attack. Tell me.
No matter what we do, there's nothing.
We don't. I've said this. This is why man don't be listening and you're in the chat. And this is what annoys me because you was in the chat when I said this. I don't think we have an attack that works.
I agree with you though. It's just this.
So why are you here
fighting
me on it? So why are you here fighting me on? Oh yeah, because you compare not good enough to not good enough. I get it. Fast.
Yeah, you gotta put a team out, bro. What can you do?
And I did put a team out. I just don't fight about it or fight for it.
Except Rashi.
That's it. Run, create space for my two best players in as much space as possible, and score like you did against Ipswich. Do nothing for the rest of the game. All I need you to do is run. If you get a chance in the box,
nah, yeah, bro. Actually,
oh, now you see it. 2 hours and 45 minutes in, and now you see it. But I've been saying this. I've been saying this. And this is the point I be making when I'm on these platforms. It all stinks. That's the best one out of it. Hey, Amarim might be different. Guess what? Here's the flip side. If Amarim goes with the three you have, cool. Yeah, I'm not going to crash it on him. The same way you trying to crash on him. If he goes with the three you have, I go, cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm not arguing not good enough versus, but you want to crash on the manager after one game? Or Diallo's not his guy?
Yeah, because it ticked me off because I feel like it was a major thing.
Cool. They want a major thing. It's like, yeah, but it's not like
you
it's
only
not
got one good attacker. It is though. If you've only got one quality attacker, don't mess around with them. You can do that to Garnacho or someone, then we can have a nice debate. Maybe not. But don't do it.
He had no choice because of the rest of the team being inadequate.
Nah, bro.
Okay, but you wanted a triangle of Anthony Ericsson.
If someone's your best attack, you can't have no choice. There's no such thing.
Yeah, well, you did. You wanted a triangle of Anthony, Ericsson, and Evans. So there we go.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, bro.
That's a woeful triangle. Anthony Ericsson and Johnny Evans is a good triangle.
What's wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, sure. But then again, you don't think Henry's fast. So, of course, you see no issue with Evans, Ericsson, and Anthony. Of course. Of course, you see no issue with it. Of course, you see no problem with it. What are we doing? All right, we're closing out anyway. Love to everyone that's locked in.
Bro, thanks for having me on, man.
Of course, man.
Up,
anytime. Wait, how's this long to go?
Nice
how long is this going to go?
Establish you on Fraud Watch as well, so I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to know that Henry's not fast. Jesus, my eyes have been lying to me. One of the quickest players ever in the Premier League wasn't fast. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny Evans, Ericsson, and Anthony's a good triangle to have in a back five system. That's a good trio.
In an emergency situation that we had,
in an emergency situation, it's a good thing. Absolutely. Yeah,
as long as you can have your best attack.
If something's here's a tip to Tammy and everyone. If something's only good in an emergency, guess what? It's not good. Because an emergency is not a good thing, people. It's not a situation you want to be in. Not a good thing. You have a gun in your yard in an emergency and you have to grab it. That's not a good thing. You don't want to have to grab it. Something's only good in an emergency. It's not good. What are you doing, man? Bye. Cool. We closing out. Sheik says, big up. Tell me anything you want to add to the people before we close out.
No, thanks. Thanks for listening in. And don't forget to like. And yeah.
Blessings, yeah? Every single time. All right, big up to you lot. I'm going to start the Q&A shortly, people. So give me a couple minutes, people. But I hope you lot enjoyed the show. This has been Talk Your Ish. This is the fan debate show. So I'm going to change it. That's what this is. Talk Your Ish, the fan debate show. But big up. Love to everyone that has locked in. Salute.